Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
Look at these reprobates that I've found hanging around.
I see you're trying to offset it, though. It sounds like the start of like Gardener's World in the background. Just birds and
Chirping.
stuff.
A lot of chirping. Yeah.
That'd be my back garden, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's not me this time, Roxanne. Don't blame me.
No parrots in the room, Chris.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm a city liver, but I'm lucky enough to have trees and shit in the back garden, so it's all good. But this time of night, yeah.
Yeah.
Very horticulturally minded there. Trees and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what trees crave, Rob.
Yes, that's true.
Trees, birds, bats, muntjacks, you name it. Bats, even. I'm sure they're all bouncing around at the back there somewhere.
Okay, well, let's have a look at who we've got with us tonight. I think we might need to put out a care call for John. He's not the first one in tonight.
Oof.
Good evening, Matt. I hope you're doing well.
Good evening, Matt.
We've got Dan with us as well. Good evening, Dan.
Daniel.
We have Coach with us. Good evening, Coach.
Coach.
We have Anthony with us as well. Liam is
Like you're
in
the
with
queen.
us.
I'm going to say.
You want your tea?
He's found out your secret. You're a queen.
Yes.
No, a queen, not the queen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Definitely.
Oh.
Evening, Jupiter. How you doing?
Hey,
Or
Julie.
Julie, sorry. Gazar is with us. Good evening.
Yes.
Gaz.
Amanda's here as well. Good evening, Amanda.
Evening. Just speaking Amanda's language so she understands.
Steve's
Were
going
you
to
doing that?
and put it with your chinless photo. 100%.
Yeah.
Evening.
It's all Bob
Good.
Turner.
Good evening, Terry.
Terry.
Good morning,
Yes.
Melinda.
Here she is. I've not spoken to her today.
Oh, you said you
What
did
time is it anyway?
Well, it's like 5 a.m. for her.
It's
at the
like
moment.
5 a.m, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, Yarrick. It was lovely to see you the other day.
Yes.
He's working right in my neck of the woods, so he popped round to say hi,
Oh, did he?
which was nice. Yeah. Good evening, Bernadette.
Reefy Randos.
Good evening, Pedro.
Hey, Pedro.
First time on the channel. Well, hopefully not your last, but
Well,
yeah.
50-50.
It depends how high your standards are, really.
Let's try, Rob. Let's try.
Good evening, Peter. How are you doing?
Mr. Parry.
We have Tommy and Sharon with us as well. Good evening.
Legends.
And that is everyone.
Very good.
So what's everyone been up to? What have you been up to this week, Ron?
Probably the highest percentage of time I've spent this week has been talking to you and Rob on the phone.
Mm.
We got off the call the other day, and later on that day, I was firing up the barbecue, and I looked at my phone. I'm like, why is it only at like 15%? What's gone on? And they're like, oh yeah, I was on a call with Ron. And then I looked back, and it was 2 hours and 29 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Destiny.
Oh man, that'll be why I've got no battery left.
Yes.
Spend more time onto Ron than you do onto your missus.
Yeah, and she was at home.
Oi. No, it's been a good week. Sold a lot of corals. I've given away a lot of corals, which has made space. So some of the new corals that I have acquired, I've been able to frag them and make more of them. So the list is getting some new stuff. So that'll be quite nice, which is exciting because you've got to try and keep it fresh, don't you?
You're going to get some new stuff.
Yeah.
isn't it?
No, I'm not getting new
Oh.
stuff. I've actually got some new stuff that somebody gave
right.
me, but now I've got space from selling some corals and giving some corals away. I can now frag some of the new stuff and then bring some of them on. So,
Still shipping the dead shit, yeah?
what was that, Rob? Did I hear the words dead shit?
Oh, you did. Yeah.
Did you get many people come to you with like tank breakdowns in that one?
Never.
Never. Okay.
I have very seldomly been given anything, but
Is it just because geographically where you are, there's not many people around?
There's just not enough people around. But no, Mr. Fox at the Reef Meet at Finest brought me a box of corals from his tank, and that is the first. I've not bought a coral now in must be close to 2 years. But Steve gave me this lovely big box of corals, so yeah, I'm going to be fragging them and bringing them on, which is exciting.
Right. Are they still Steve's or are they yours? What's the ownership? It's like a grey area for some people.
Did you get a certificate?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure there is a colony in Indonesia.
I mean, if he sets up another tank, he might just drive up and take them back.
That's true.
That does happen, I've heard.
Yeah. Like he says he's going to strip his tank down and then, change my mind. I want them back.
Yeah.
Isn't that like Reefer's code though? He's just filling you up with like frags, so then he can just, when it all goes wrong, when he changes all over, then he can just come to you and say,
well, yeah. That's pretty much why I'm doing what I'm doing, Chris. It's I'm not in it for the money. I'm just enjoying
banking corals. Yeah, banking. I said
banking. Yeah. I mean, I've banked quite a lot of corals with Rob. They're just mostly dead.
Yeah. I mean, they're easy to keep like that.
I mean, I showed you my trophy cabinet today of Indonesian colonies, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Yeah, the shelf full of bleached dead coral.
Yes.
Well, I'm the one that's still growing algae, and that's been out of the tank for 2 weeks.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve. I am so used to just talking so much nonsense. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. That's fun, isn't it? That's what we're here for.
The biggest thing I've done this week is that I have finally stopped all of the death in the spawning system by simply popping a UV on. And I mean, I popped the UV on, I left for a couple of hours and I came back and the water was clear. The room had zero smell to it and it smelled like dead corals for 2 weeks. And I said to Rob today, it's only been, that system's only been running, a month? And it's gone through almost an entire Clarity filter with only one small bristle-toothed tang in it and a 6-line wrasse. So it's clearly been pulling something out of the water column that entire time.
Yeah.
The UV has stopped all of it. Every coral has stopped dying. The one that was still STNing from the base, it stopped. So UV for the win.
Yeah, I like UVs.
Put it on from the start.
Yeah.
People slaughter UV because they say it kills good and bad. Definitely does more good than harm, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm of a similar opinion.
I run one 24/7.
Yep.
Yeah.
Male natural.
Was it not? Was it Tamara you spoke to on the Reefers Network a couple of Fridays ago, and was she completely dead against UV? No, it was. She only ran it on off. Yeah.
Was it 6 hours on, 6 hours off?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that, wasn't it? Yeah. So I've got my reservations about running them on off.
She might have a furry tube.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
I've got to remember we're on a Wednesday and I've got to be reasonably, because I was going to say something really awful.
Let me reword it. A fuzzy quartz sleeve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that makes it so much better.
Yes.
I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I've got no evidence for that at all. It's just something I would assume would happen. Because, I mean, they do get kind of gungy anyway, don't they, the quartz sleeves? Even with a UV on 24/7. I'll say that. Do they? I'm contradicting myself now. I'm trying to think. They're not actually that bad.
What maintenance actually goes into keeping a UV though? I've never had one, so I couldn't tell you. But I'm assuming there must be some level of maintenance. You swap out the bulbs every 6 months, or
normally.
But then do you actually have to clean them and do it before you change bulbs?
Yep.
Yeah. So it sits. There's a sleeve made of quartz, and then the bulb sits inside of that.
Yep.
So it's the quartz sleeve, so it actually has the contact with the water. So the outside of it may get mold on it, or I think I've had one which looked like it had a sort of white residue on it.
I've had one that had that as well.
Yeah, but I've only had one, And the last
Still
time,
UVs?
yeah.
Are we talking about your salt cup? I've got
Oh,
some
no,
white residue on my salt cup. No,
Oh, no,
okay.
I've never had residue in my salt cup.
Salty socks.
Yeah.
It's like when you used to run no pops and you get that like white residue gunky shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You seem to get build up of it over time. It's something you just can't get away from.
Yeah.
That's why you need to get a jizz sieve.
Yes.
Secrets up that no box.
Do socks not work for that?
Well, always beware of the snappable sock.
I was going to say, yeah. Cracks and just cuts you.
Julie's got a question. What UV sterilizer have you used?
It is the newer Eheim Reflex. So it's the one that connects via Wi-Fi, but that's not why I bought it. The reason why I bought it is because I used to run the 11 watt Reflex, which was the bigger of the range for years and years. They've now upgraded it to 24 watts. So for a lot of tanks, it's quite a powerful system.
And how much is the replacement bulb on that?
34 pounds retail, I think it is. So I get that all through my wholesaler because we sell all the pond stuff.
Yeah.
So we get the bulbs obviously.
Is that a 10,000 hour bulb, like basically a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roughly 12 months. I changed them out.
Yeah.
Do you run the UV just on your display tank, or do you do it on the farm then, or is it just on the farm, not on your display tank?
I run UVs now on every tank I own.
On everything.
I didn't set it up on the spawning system because I didn't want anything to die.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but I wanted it to be as natural as possible for the process of spawning. Therefore, I wanted all of the good and all of the bad from all of the colonies that come in. And I didn't want to put UV on just in case it affected that. But my God, has it helped? Like,
yeah, it's just unfortunate. The bad was obviously winning, wasn't it?
Like big time though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think the power of the light was correct because the water was so cloudy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought, leave it, don't do anything, leave it. And then I just went, I clicked, put it on, and I just wish I'd done it earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever smelt death in a reef tank like that.
The whole room with an extractor fan on, you walked in and it was like,
yeah.
And it was in the water.
It's like opening one of the bags of corals you sent. That sort of smell.
Just a pearlberry. I'm not going to tell you what I filled it with, though. So, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve. You should have asked
okay.
somebody else what is going on with him this week to open your show.
You probably don't want to ask me.
Well, what have you been up to this week?
Fuck me, I've had a nightmare, Steve.
Have you?
I spent months trying to get to the root cause of this problem that's been bugging me for fucking weeks. Hours I've spent in it, and the root cause is sitting in this fucking stream.
Is it Ron?
Toasting it.
What's Ron done? I'm very, very sorry, Rob.
It was funny because so basically what happened is I finally got to the crux of the problem with my Triton, which was going on for 7 months. It's driving me mad.
Trident.
What did I say?
You keep calling it a Triton.
Stupid names. Yeah. So the issue was the water that I used to mix the reagents with. And so
did you just buy some shit water?
Well, apparently, so I couldn't remember where I got it from. This is what happened. I spoke to Harry, and he went to me, "Please, Rob, please tell me you didn't follow Steve's advice and get the fucking water that he suggested." So I scrolled back through my WhatsApps, and I went, "Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, you should get this water, Rob."
I think what I said is I found some water that's loads cheaper than the stuff that you mentioned on your
when
video.
You found some water, you meant you found it in a fucking stream, just downwind of a sewer pipe.
So, silly question: what sort of water do you have to use then?
Distilled water.
Just distilled water.
Yeah.
Well,
but you think of it, quite easy to source, really, wouldn't you?
Want to mention where you got it so everyone can avoid it?
What is it called? Nord Chem.
Nordchem.
Yeah,
Yes.
Nordchem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have left the bottle in here because when I found out about this, I was a little bit mortified.
A little bit.
I didn't laugh. I was a little bit
liar.
He phoned me, Rob, and he was like,
Yeah. What a mug.
That commission was awesome.
he paid me for the shit I wanted rid of.
I mean, what happened? I went on to company's house to find out who owns it, and it just says Steve.
So when I found out about it, I remembered that I ordered more than I needed. So I had almost a complete 5-litre container left over. So I went and got it. I tipped some out into a mug, swilled all the mug around to make sure there were no bits left in the mug from the dishwasher or anything, rinsed it out, tipped some more in and put my TDS pen in.
Which clearly
obviously the day
work.
I ordered mine, they felt like actually doing some work and took it after the processing.
Well, that pen's made by Hannah, and they actually, what the trouble is so high that you can't see the one.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I've got a bad batch, really. I mean, I was shit out of ideas, to be honest, because I literally made my, send you to sleep video once a week that I do, and I just said, if it's not the reagents, I've got nowhere else to go. I had no other conceivable answers to why it wasn't working other than the reagents.
Didn't you buy a batch of like genuine reagents though?
I thought you did as well.
Yeah, I swear I've seen one of the videos where you said you went back to just almost like just to make sure it was.
No, what I did is the original batch that I mixed up 2 something years ago, I think they must have gone off or something because they started giving like weird random readings. So I thought, right, they are coming to the end of their lives. So I bought a new set, a complete new set from the States, the 2.5 year set, whatever it is, mixed them all up, and then it made it worse. Because where I would get some errors, but sometimes it would read correctly. With the new batch, it just went, I don't know what, you might as well just pissed in the bottle, mate. I don't know what you put in here. So it just gave me out of range errors all the time. So only first time you do it, you think, oh my God, what's happened to my tank? Is it out of range? And then you test it manually and it comes back fine. So yeah, I just did. And then I just, after doing I sent it away. They sent me a brand new refurbished one, which I thought was going to be the answer, wasn't it? And I got exactly the same error. So by a process of elimination over the last 7 months, the problem was Steve.
But to be fair, that's normally the root cause of most of my problems. Yes. But I wasn't expecting it to be the root cause of yours.
I mean, you're that good.
This is why I don't
keep it in your own tank. Yeah. No, it's just life, isn't it? It's just, you live and learn, don't you?
Yeah, this is why I don't mix memories. It's not like Rob can't do it, then what fucking chance have I got?
When you start doubting yourself, I was thinking, am I getting to an age where I'm that fucking useless that I can't follow a very basic recipe of mixing some water with some chemicals? But I mean, it's still possible.
I just don't understand the people that even they use their own, like our own stuff to mix it. So, it's nearly 300 quid to import those kits into the UK with import duty and stuff like that. You're gonna save 2 quid on the water you mix it with and then use for 2 years? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, when I ordered mine, I was just like, well, this one's cheaper, and isn't distilled water just distilled water?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that company to sometimes not send you distilled water and to sometimes send you wastewater.
Yeah, we got like a 50-50 ratio of if they just run out of distilled water, they just go, I use the tap.
You dregs.
Because there's 3 people that have used it, and only one of those people has had distilled water.
And this is why, not to go down too much of a tangent, this is why the Hydros, who are developing the Maven, which is going to test the 5 main parameters, so basically a Trident and a Trident NP all in one, that's why they're toying with the idea of having like RFID chipped bottles, and you will only be able to buy from them, because it will be guaranteed absolutely perfect and mixed
No.
out, because see the element of human error.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd still rather get it wrong than have a company dictate to me what I can buy.
My Trident.
I'm on your side,
About
Rob.
Yes.
But if you think of it from a business point of view, and how many people have been mixing things incorrectly and then sending them away, and then that company having to fix them, it does kind of make sense to kind of keep the parameters set. I'm with you, Rob. I don't think that's monopolizing the situation.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's not too bad if your prices are reasonable.
Correct.
If you can make it yourself for a quarter of the price, then people are going to take that route. If you can mix it yourself and get it 20% cheaper, no one's going to bother.
Yep.
Yeah.
How much are the ABCs? How much is it to buy them for 2 months, say, for a pack?
Well, if you order the pack, because if to get it into the UK, you order like, I can't remember how much it is, but it's the equivalent of 2.5 years testing, and it's 300 quid.
Yeah, I'm just Chris is wondering how much just the standard kit is. I've only ever bought the great big kit because when you pay the import duty,
You mean the 2 month?
You can't order any of the other ones in.
If you're US regs, you want to compare to what it is just buying a standard off-shelf Trident from.
I think it's £62, isn't it, for the 2 month kit?
Yeah, I think I pay about 70 quid, something like that, I think, for 2 months.
2 month reagent supply of alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium is £18.
Yeah.
What's that from ABC?
Yeah.
Oh,
£18, but then you'll pay about 50 or 60 quid to get it here.
yeah. But
So-
you buy it off of what's it called, Marine Spec.
Yes, buy it from Harry.
Yeah, doesn't Harry do like packs? Doesn't he mix?
Yes, that's a 6 month. Yeah, it's already mixed. So 70, is it £5?
Yeah, so
For 6 months.
the 4 month is 33, the 6 month is 45, but then you have to add on the massive delivery and import charge, which will take that well over 100 quid probably.
Yeah, I'm talking about Harry's
Yeah.
pre-mixed stuff.
That's what I'm trying to say. If you buy it from Harry, it's definitely way better value.
Yeah.
They're
And
also
it's-
all sold out on the American site for UK importation.
Ooh.
Well, mine, I've got a bunch mixed up. Maybe I should sell it.
What, is it mixed correctly?
Yeah.
I don't think ABC ship the small kits to the UK. It's only the big kits,
No,
isn't
it's
it?
just the big kits,
Only the
yeah.
biggest one. Yeah.
That's why he's marked them as sold out, so you can't buy them. Yeah.
But isn't that what Harry's done? Harry's bought it in bulk, then he's just splitting it up and selling it on as like a 2 month,
Yeah, kind of.
4
Yeah.
month, 6
Well, I,
month
think
packs.
I don't actually know what he does.
I don't know.
I thought he just did the 6 month pack. Does he do others? I don't know. I haven't looked, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think it's 2, 4, and 6 month.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because obviously, when you buy these bulk packs, you buy like these tiny little bottles of very concentrated stuff,
Yeah.
and then you get your deionized or
Pure water,
distilled or not distilled water, and mix it in. And then you've obviously got 5 litres of it or whatever. 5 litres of 2 of them and 10 litres of another. And that just that's like 2.5 years worth for me of normal testing regime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it works fine.
Harry does the 2, the 4, and the 6 month supply.
Okay. All right.
30 quid, 54 quid, and 74 quid.
Yeah, so I pay 70 quid for the genuine 2 months. He's paying 20 quid, did you say? Or 30 quid for 2 months?
It's $29.99.
Yeah, so you save yourself 40 quid.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
£10 a
Or
week, you just say.
less than half the price.
Yeah.
If you buy good distilled water.
Well, you don't have to because Harry's already mixed it.
Yeah, he come it pre-mixed, hasn't it?
So, yeah, it's pre-mixed, so you don't have to do anything. So. Yeah. Anyway, so I mean,
So an eventful week for you.
at least I've finally. It's nice to have a working one again.
Yeah.
Because even though I kind of got used to not having it and doing manual. I mean, I'll manual test anyway when I do water challenge, I still do the manual test once a week just to verify.
Yeah.
It's just nice to flick your phone up and see what your parameters. Because I've had it for so long. I've had it ever since I've had a tank. I've never run a display tank without one, so it's a bit weird not having it.
Yeah.
And to be
See, I
fair,
couldn't have mine now. It's just
they
it's like
work.
when you're away, you just pick it up, you just check on things
Yeah.
there, and it's just nice to look at. It's peace of mind. I
Yeah.
still check weekly still, I suppose.
What, manually?
Yeah, so the alkalinity like you say, with the reagents, it tends to start to slip like maybe halfway through the second month, and it starts to slip off a bit. So I'll maybe check it a bit more. Calcium and magnesium, though, I tend to only check it maybe once a month, because it's, for me, it doesn't change. It's just one of those parameters.
No, those parameters,
If
and even if they change, they trend really slowly up or down.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I'm not overly fast. It's more the alkalinity, and I still have the banner checkers, so I still check that, and it's fine. It's but it's just I watch it's like everybody says, I just watch the trends. If something just drops off the face of the earth, I then check it and do something about it. It's just like
it does catch problems as well.
I do like them. I know they get a bit of a bad rep because when they go wrong, they're really frustrating. But
Before this problem, I ran mine probably solidly for 6 years. Never ever had an issue with it. It's just quite rare in this hobby.
Yeah.
Is that 6 years and no service? Because don't they say you should send off to get them serviced, or you get a service pack sent?
I've done a service kit on it. Yeah, I did a service kit,
like a DIY one.
Yeah, but even then, that was probably after 5 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it ran flawlessly. Really.
Well, there weren't DIY kits for the first 3 or 4 years when I got mine. It didn't exist.
Was it? Yeah.
That's just making it easy, isn't it? Give them a DIY kit, do it themselves.
Yeah.
It's like Virgin
got
sent
mine,
Wi-Fi. They send it all out. They do it for yourself. You don't have to have a BT guy come plug it all in for you. Virgin just plug it and do it yourself.
Yeah. When I bought mine second hand, I started to have a few issues with it. It kind of worked at first, and then it started to get like test B failed and lots of random things happening. So I ordered the service kit, replaced it. Then it still happened, and I thought it was the little spider in the middle.
Yeah,
and
magnesium.
Lee had a spare one, so he sent me one of those. Even though it was crazy, really, because I got a needle and poked through all of them, so I knew it wasn't blocked. But when your brain's just like, well, I haven't changed that bit.
Yeah.
So I changed that, still didn't work, and then I just stumbled across a video on YouTube about taking the little solenoids apart.
Oh, yeah,
it was just B failed, test B failed, or test C failed. Normally B.
Yeah.
And then when I stripped out those solenoids, and you could see the rust on the outside of the
on the
internal bit of the solenoid.
Oh, the pinch valves.
Yeah. So I just sanded them down, sprayed them with WD-40, cleaned them off with a bit of kitchen towel, put it all back together again, and it's been perfectly fine since then.
Yeah. Yeah, you must have had a leak at some point and got in the back of the solenoid or something.
Yeah. So actually, I had a leak. What had I done? I'd done something stupid. I mean, there's no surprise there. I can't remember what it was. I think it was when I did the service kit. I didn't push one of the pipes on properly, or I pushed it onto the little spider. But it was only just on, and then it had a bit of tension in it, so it then gradually popped off. And then when you're pumping it, I think it was fine when you pump the water in, but when you go to pump it back out the waste, it just leaked everywhere.
I find having a pair of tweezers handy to just pull the rubber hoses onto the nipples works.
Yeah.
My fingers are just too big.
Yeah, that's what I use tweezers. Yeah, just you physically can't get in there, can you? Yeah,
just can't do it.
Yeah, they're tiny, aren't they?
Yeah.
And the size of the hole on that spider.
Yes.
And the David Attenborough
It's like having fucking David Attenborough on the stream, isn't it?
I've been waiting to be able to use that one.
Set you up there,
He set you up, yeah, nicely queued up. Brilliant. Yeah, but they are. Yeah, I mean they are tiny, and you think our tanks aren't that clean, especially when you put in from the sump, and it is amazing
That
They-
inside
they
diameter
don't-
of that inward
Yeah.
hose is
minute.
air.
It is, yeah. I do wonder why they made it full.
Do you not clean them? You mean the
What?
little filter which sucks in the shit? Yeah.
Yeah, those. So I used to use those filters, and now I don't, because I got 2 in service kits that were marked the wrong way around.
Oh.
What are the chances, though? So then I bought
I get
the.
them from Nordchem, you know that, don't you?
I now use the little things from VCA that filter your inward water for specifically for Tridents. I'll see if I can bring up a photo for you.
Yeah, they're good. I've got one, Chris. It's like a round, sort of 3D printed, I don't know what you call it, like a little drum almost, with a mesh front. So the
Yeah.
water gets in and then it
Really
falls out.
fine mesh.
Really fine mesh, but it's much bigger than those little filters that they provide. And you,
Yeah,
you can just change the mesh if you want to clean
I
it.
tend to find I clean mine weekly because when I do a water change, I suck all mine out of the sun, and I just all the sun.
So
So
you-
I
so
get
you-
everything
flume
out.
of-
So when I'm doing that, I then just give it a quick scrub, quick wipe over with a toothbrush, or something, and then away it goes. So I've never had any problems. So
I
Yeah,
bought
I
one
had
for
a few
each of my
lots.
Tridents, and then I bought one for Rob as well.
Did you
Sorry.
have to pay for it?
What are you saying, Rob?
Oh, you had to pay for it, did you?
Yes, I did have to pay for it. I pay for everything, Rob.
Still
going back
still-
to ABC agents, do you still get a calibration bottle in them then? Do you
No.
still calibrate like you don't?
No.
I don't think you do with the Neptune ones now, do you?
Yeah, you still do. 'Cause that's the only time
Oh,
I
do you?
ever calibrate mine. Yeah. You get a
I
calibrate.
thought the advice now was to just calibrate with tank water.
Yeah. It's just well, no. I've still got a bottle. I've only done mine.
The little white bottle.
Yeah, a little white bottle, and it tells you the
Okay.
parameters on the side. You
Yeah.
put it on the Trident, run it calibration for 70 minutes, and it's job done.
No, ABC
But I only
do that.
done mine about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I tend to buy the ATI calibration. You can get like 2 litres of it for 15 quid or something.
Yeah.
I just use that. It's exactly the same. Gives you the parameters on the label.
Yeah.
Did you just put something in the recycling bin, Ron?
That's what it said. Like that. No, I'm taking screenshots because it's a wholesale login, so I can't. I need to be careful. Okay, here we go. Sent. Share screen. How did I do it?
That's it. Oh, those are all your login details there. Let me just make a note of it.
You're
That's
welcome.
all right, Rob. We're recording.
You're welcome to them. I think you'll need to accept it. So yeah,
Yes.
Ah, yes, another one.
Oh, there you go.
so that tiny little transparent nipple down the bottom there, that little 3D printed thing goes in the RO kind of
Elbow at the top. Yeah.
connection there, and then the other one I'll show you, which is an exploded photo. So there, I think if you were to pay retail, they're probably about 20 quid, something like that. And you get replacement filter screens and stuff like that for them. So yeah, I absolutely love them. And they're a bit
I
heavier.
bet.
So they go to the bottom of your sump. And
Yeah, they sink. Yeah, which is kind
Yeah.
of nice.
Yeah. I bet you got it with that coloured ring on as well.
yes, I did. Yes, I did. Sorry. On you go.
Special request.
Yes.
So, Chris, what have you been up to this week?
That's what I've done. So obviously I've had the Triton up and running now for about like 4 weeks. And when my neighbour came around kindly, because I don't trust myself enough to be able to mount it to the ceiling and find a joist. I live in a 1920s building. It's not exactly, it's got like laughing plaster ceilings and all sorts. So I was really keen on just putting it straight into the ceiling. So I wanted to find joists. Problem is though, the joists don't line up perfectly symmetrically with the wires. So I just had to paint some wood at the weekend. So I'm going to drill that up and put that up at this weekend coming. I've also been tweaking the sort of colour and the intensity of it as well, because Matt, Norfolk Reefer, he lent me the par meter jobby, yeah. So
Yeah.
now pretty much mirrors what I had when I was running my XR15s and my blades, par wise anyway, which is good. It's actually, yeah, the actual colour, I far prefer the colour. It's just the natural daylight colour is a lot better, and I actually prefer the evening blues as well. The blue, yeah, tonight you probably won't see it because I left it on the natural daylight and changed that a little bit. But yeah, the evening blues, it comes out a lot better. They pop a lot better, and it's just better all round. But yeah, that was that. Yeah, so really, my weekend's been around the Triton and just my general weekly water change. Oh no, I bought some new wet sides for the MP40s. I now have 6 spare MP40 wet sides, but it's the same with. I've heard people talk about before the sponges between the wet sides. They start to get worn. I suppose as I put them into.
I was going to say, you do realise you can just clean them.
Yeah. No, I clean mine. I clean mine about every 3 weeks.
Yes,
yeah.
Out the window.
I clean about every about 3 weeks. I don't like the coralline algae building up on the actual wet side. I prefer to like clear black. Hence what I used to mount corals on my back wall, but then I sort of got annoyed with it because I got like a clear black wall. Apart, yeah, and that's the same with the MP40s.
Jesus, these people.
Yeah. But no, apart from that, that's been about it really for this weekend. Nothing overly exciting. Yeah, just.
How many have you got in there then? 2. You got 2 MP40s running.
Yeah, so I have 2 MP40s on the back wall, and then I have a gyro. So one of the Red Sea, the smaller gyro. I wish I got the bigger gyro on the far right-hand side, so it blows over top. Right. I was debating whether to get another gyro and stick it the other side as well, so it blows the other way. But it's only a 3-foot tank, and it's kind of sometimes I think it's a bit overkill putting 2 MP40s, a gyro, and I have an S2 return running at about 70% turnover. So it's quite a bit of flow coming back in there.
Quite a bit on a 3-foot tank.
Yeah. But yeah, I might put the other gyro in one day. Sometimes I look at, so one of my corals, it's just one coral. It's it's a pink millie. It's where it's growing. It just doesn't seem to colour up like some of the. It's half and half. Half of it's white and half of it's pink. And sometimes because it's quite sheltered behind another coral. Sometimes I think it's just
that white half's not dead.
No, it's not growing out or anything. No, it's all the polyps are still coming out. It's just white polyps. Right. Yeah, it's really strange.
It's strange, yeah. So what have you noticed then since adding the light? Any phenomenal colour changes, growth, or?
No, I like the colour. I like the fact that I don't have 4 fucking plugs shoved under my tank now. I just have the one. That's amazing. It's great.
Yeah.
I've actually managed to wire it as well, so all the power brick and everything isn't next to or underneath the tank. It's actually the other side, so it's actually not underneath it. But with regards to the colour, the light looks great, the corals look great, but uptake of alkalinity, for me it's quite hard because about 2 or 3 weeks before I put the new light up, I pulled out quite a lot of coral. You've probably seen Matt, he'd had that big, a big colony off me. He's had some acropores as well. So my alkalinity has slowly started to rise anyway. So I used to run at about 7.5 to 8. But it slowly drifted up to probably about 9 to 9.5 nearly. Right. So I've slowly been reducing to counteract that what I'm dosing. But I haven't got any sort of initial support for whether there's I don't know whether there's been a big uptake or not. Everything. So the more basic corals, so like either TNT, red, and acropora, you can see that's grown a lot. And annoyingly, there's a bit of green Montipora, which is like that's grown quite a bit as well. My others though, I'd say they're all the same. It's still only 3 weeks in, but like the parameter, all my main elements, I haven't noticed any difference. But then, like I said, there's no real sort of true light to that because I'd expect it to rise naturally anyway because of what I've taken out. So
in terms of, you set your par to be the same as the lights you was over the tank before.
Yeah. So I wanted to.
Are you running what power are you running that light at to get the same power?
It runs at about 50% intensity. So yeah. But I used to run. My power isn't as high as maybe some others run theirs. There's a slide on it, but I think it runs at the top of mine. It's about 500. Then it drops about 3. Then about 200 on the sand bed. I think eventually I will crank it up so it's more about 55%, and it probably gives it an extra 100 power at the top, just to see what it does. Yeah, we'll wait and see. When everything looks quite nice, the colours all look good. that sort of thing. I don't really like to crank it up too much to push it anymore. I'm quite happy with it.
Yeah,
For me,
they're happy. Don't need to, do you, really?
for me, buying the light was more of the aesthetics. It looks nice. It saves me having 2 XR15s and 2 blades.
Yeah.
I didn't like having 4 friggin' plugs shoved under my tank. It just frees up plugs, so I've not got a rat's nest under there. Even though mine was quite tidy, it's never been that bad. And it's just the fans. That's something I do notice, right? So I never used to think about it before, and because with the heat recently, and so I used to run the XR15s about. I think when I was playing with the par, I was running at a maximum of about 75%, and those fans would be, when it was a hot day, so when it's like 30 degrees outside, they'd be running probably about a good 3 or 4 hours a day, constantly buzzing away in the background. Obviously, the blades, just like the Triton, silent, heat sinked, that's fine. And you could they'd run at 100% all day long, happy as anything really. I did have them at 100% for a period of time just to see how it go. To be fair, lots of it just helped boost the pH, which was a good sign because then everything's growing that much more, I suppose. It's just yeah. But yeah, all in all, perfectly happy with it. It's nice light. It does what it does. Yeah. It fits. I think because Ron's got the same size tank as I've got, and pretty much the same size as Steve, because mine's a 300 XL reefer from Red Sea, which is the same as what Ron's display is, and it does fit over almost perfectly. There's I don't think you could squeeze 2 of the small ones in if you tried. The big one is the way to go, and it just fits it nicely. So that's good.
I was saying to Steve the other day there, it's I think it's probably my #1 purchase, other than when the first roller filters came out. I have to say it's probably my favourite thing because it's doing more than what I expected.
Yeah. One other thing I like about it as well, and it's totally, but the light spill. And I noticed it's something on the glass. So when I had the XR15s and that running, I'd have to clean the glass. Maybe I quite like a clean glass, so I'd maybe do it every other day sort of thing. Whereas now I notice you could leave it for you could probably get away with even 4 days without hardly having any build up at all. And because
that's interesting, I'm the opposite.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
No, but I run mine. So I think I run mine higher than yours. I run mine. I think it's 10 inches.
From 6.5 at the moment.
Yeah, see, so that's another way. If I lowered it, I like it sitting higher. And watching I started watching German video, which has been dubbed, and they seem to run theirs really high, but crank up the intensity to get the power to the bottom of the tank. Yep. Whereas I quite like that. I'd prefer to have it higher because I like the look of it, and maybe crank it up to maybe 50-60% to get the same power, then rather than lowering it. I just don't like the idea of having it too low because I feel like I'm going to cook the corals being that much closer. Whereas I don't know, just in my head, it's one of those sort of things.
I just didn't want any light spill on my desk. When I ran the 2 XR30s, my entire desk was blue all day. And I'm not going to lie, probably did slightly affect my eyesight a little bit.
Your eyes, is it? Yeah.
But the strap.
Where do you run yours in? What's the distance from your top to your light?
6.5 from
6.5 inches, and Chris is 10 inches.
Mine's about 10 inches, yeah. When I initially set it up, it was more like 12 inches. Wow. But then I lowered,
showing off in it, really.
Yeah, I know.
That's what he says it was anyway.
It's fun. It's simple things as well. It's like getting into the tank as well. Just getting into.
That's true. Yeah, you've got the extra room.
Not got
clearance.
Yeah. The XR15s used to be central, but then the blades were on like printed sort of brackets, so they hung over a little bit more. So sometimes getting in and getting to the back of where my escape was just you'd always be knocking them. Whereas this thing as well, if you wanted to, you could just raise it. It's just.
I do. I just put my hand under, just go zoop.
It just sits straight up, and it's just easy. Yeah. So,
any problems with your little pinch?
The grippy things.
Wire gripper thing.
Well, luckily, because like I said my neighbour's an electrician. He knows what he's doing. When he came round, one of them wasn't quite doing what it should be, but he soon had to play with it and got it working. That's fine.
What did he do?
He just got some pliers, bent a few bits.
I was going to say, he just crimped it straight onto the wire, probably. Yeah,
it started working again, so it's all good. One thing is so the app. It's people moan about it, but for me it's just basic. It is very basic. I still run like Mobius for like my MP40s, my return. I've got a little AI bloody pump in the sump to keep it all churning over. it's definitely not Mobius. But at the end of the day, once I've got it set how I want it, lights is something I never used to really check in and look at. It's just set and forget. So even if they don't change it, they don't update it, they don't bring it up to speed with like Mobius or Red Sea's app's great. I can't fault that. It's just, for me, it's the easiest app going. But for the moment, it's just fine. So it's just maybe give another week or two. I'll probably stop tinkering and stop playing with it.
Yeah.
And then just leave it. Yeah. Connecting it was easy as well. It was a doddle. There was no issues with it at all. It was simpler than sometimes what the Mobius things are, which was.
Oh really? Oh, that's unusual.
Yeah, I was gonna say you love Mobius. And, yeah, you like
big fan.
The little dosing pumps. I got 2 of those. I had the same problems you had, but yeah, I don't use.
Oh really?
Yeah. One died.
Steve recommended them to me.
I'll get commission on them.
I'd have recommended them as well, but then because like I used to use it to dose calc, so for me it was like my heartbeat at the tank, and I woke up one day and it just the whole thing had just sort of frozen up and it just wouldn't move, and then it was like shit, I ain't got a spare one. What do I do? So I then had to go and get I have a Red Sea doser, and it runs 4 things. I had to literally put as much calc as I could into those, and literally just having it dosing sporadically through the day until I could get a new Versa pump. Yeah. And then I bought a spare one just to keep it as a spare, just in case it happened again. The whole idea of those was to run auto water changes, but unfortunately I can't get the pipe work to where I want it, to get it into the house, to get it to the tank from where I make my water outside.
Can you imagine if you'd used that pump for auto water change and it had frozen up?
Yeah. That's the thing, and that's another reason why I've sort of moved away from the whole auto water change thing, because I'm away a lot. I couldn't have it freezing when I was away. I'd have to have it so it would just do 20 litres on like a Saturday morning when I was sat there drinking a coffee sort of thing. Because then if it go wrong,
I had a decent pump.
No, I just do it with a siphon. I literally have one of those Python siphon things. I plug it into the bottom. Yeah. It takes me about 15 minutes to do a water change. I mix the water all outside. I wheel it in my brute can, and no, it's easy. It literally make it outside. I don't worry about it if it flows. I wheel it in on a Saturday morning. I have a couple of coffees. It's heated up. The salt's gone, and I literally just siphon it out in 15 minutes, pump it back in, and job done.
Yeah, but never 2 coffees, wee cheeky wank, you're done.
Yeah. No. I don't trust it enough anymore. I just don't like the idea. I thought about it and went back to it. And that was, so going back to light, that was another worry about having just one light, because having the XR15, you have multiples. So if an XR15 was to go, you could limp along while you got a replacement or you've done something about it. If a blade went, you've got another one, or you've got 2 XR15s. Whereas if this thing goes, is it going to be the power brick? I don't know. Should I get a spare power brick just in case? Because I think
just get a spare Stratton.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the obvious. Just get a spare one. 2. Just keep it in a box, tucked down by the side.
I'll just get a 6-foot tank, so I can have 2 on a tank. Yeah, and then
you could raise your tank up a little bit. Do you run bare bottom? You could put it underneath. You could have light from underneath.
I could do like Sydney Beaver.
Yeah.
But better, because you'd have light. It'd be like a light sandwich.
Light sandwich.
Like it, yeah.
But to answer your question, the light so far has been great. App's fine, the light's fine, it's amazing, it's silent, it looks cool. Everybody's come around who's normally seen my tank, and just you get a black sort of array of mess above it. Because my tank sits in the middle of my house. Everybody who comes in sees it. It's not tucked away in a separate room. We're all open plan, so like lounge, diner, kitchen. You see it from everywhere, you sort of sit. And just having that there, it's just so much more aesthetically pleasing to look at. Yeah.
And the fact that it performs so good.
Well, that's the thing as well, power consumption. It'll be interesting to see if my electricity bill does drop off, because I think, like you say, it runs probably under 50, because I had 2 XR15s and 2 blades. And I think this thing, when it runs at 50% during the day, runs at about 100 watts, there or thereabouts, something like that. I'd have to work, I'm going to work it out how much the XR15s and the blades would have been churning out, but I'm sure probably half, maybe, I don't know, what to wait and see. Yeah.
Well, they're 150, aren't they? XR15s.
Is it 150? So that's 150 at 100%, though, isn't it? I suppose.
I guess so. Yeah.
And so if I was running at about 70%, you're talking like 120.
Yeah. 2.
Yeah. So 2 of those. That's 240 plus 2 blades. It's probably like 500 watts.
Yeah. When you're
just in that. whereas I've got 105 or 100. Just
Yeah, well, you know, that's a considerable saving.
Yeah.
So yes, that's another reason to buy it. Like I said, it'll pay for itself. And to be fair, I've sold my XR15s, bless them. I can't. The XR15s are great. They've got me as far as I've got. They grow coal without a date. They're fine.
Yeah.
It's just for me. It just for me. It's just. Oh, there you go. I've got something like that too.
So currently running 92 watts.
Oh
Wow. What is
What's
that?
mine?
Does it tell you what it's pulling?
What do you
Sorry,
mean?
not pulling. I mean, what? Oh, fucking, I can't talk.
Rob's just had a stroke.
I've had a fucking stroke. Yeah, I've just diagnosed myself there. I'm trying to ask what percentage the LEDs are running.
Oh yeah.
So we're at 30% at the moment.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So mine is now. So mine at the moment is at. Mine's still at 50%. It'll drop off in a minute, and it's at 107 watts.
I run mine at 60% peak, and it runs about 142 watts.
So you run yours at 60%, you say?
Yes.
And what sort? Do you run like? Do you
And
run?
it's lower.
They have their and it's lower, but they have their. Do you have your own schedule, or did you sort of tweak your own?
I
Because
can
they have
tweak my own, but I honestly, I'm not into messing with things. So I just chose my actual color spectrum, the little colored balls.
Yeah.
Well, colored balls. And then just chose the fuck's sake.
Sick.
Yeah. And I don't know what yours is running at the moment, Chris, but at 30%, 45 centimeters from the light, it's 370 par.
Yeah, mine says 671. But I see that's the thing. So the par based on the app, I normally knock about 200 off, where it gets me by what the par meter says, there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
But mine, so this spectrum now is basically what they call an LPS plus, and I've just put up I've moved the greens, the whites, and the reds by about 10, 15% or whatever that is on the sliders, just so it gets back to what I'm more used to. Because they do, I think this is probably what they do an LPS/SPS. And that was a lot whiter than what I really wanted it. Whereas this for me is kind of where I've always had it, and I actually quite enjoy this colour. So yeah.
I made my white actually really white. So my white is maxed out on violet, royal blue, and blue, and about 80% on cyan, white, and red.
Oh no, so mine's cyan, white, and red. Mine is like 105, and 70.
Yeah, so yours is a lot lower. So mine's set to 215 for those three.
Yeah, and that's probably what that is more of that LPS/SPS setting.
Yeah.
I prefer the more natural look, but then there's more natural, and then there's like literally broad daylight white, which
it does take a bit of adjusting.
Yeah, I think sometimes for me it just takes out a lot of the colour as well, which I don't. Yeah, I like the fish. Well, the fish look amazing. Yeah, because you've got so many fish, Rob. The fish under the daylight, they just look just so.
Yeah, it does always brings out better colours.
I could definitely recommend Stratton's, Rob.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have you been up to, Steve?
I had a little tank tour on Sunday. We spent so long on that tank.
Yeah, I think that's the deepest
brilliant
dive into a tank tour I've ever done.
That was brilliant.
Was the tank tour? I can't remember too much about the tank. It seemed like maybe 5 minutes, and it just ended up.
Yeah. It was.
That's why I thought to be prepared.
Descend into chaos tour.
And it's one of the best tours we've ever done. It was such good fun.
It was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it.
It was a chuckle.
What's the chuckle?
What else have I been up to with it? I had Yarrick visit the other day. What else did I do? I've not really done that much. I kind of thoroughly cleaned the tank before the tank tour. And that's about it.
It's bank holidays. You not go and buy some corals, fish? invertebrate?
No. I'm still identifying space in my tank for a few more corals.
Identifying space.
I love it.
What a term.
Yes.
You've got so much in there. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's fun because watching your tank. It's like when I go down to see Matt. One thing I really like Matt's tank because there's so many fish. Like mine, I have 6 fish, and they're lovely, but there's not enough of them. I think if I'd done it again, I'd have a lot more smaller fish maybe, rather than like having a big purple tang and a big fox face, which just take up. They're lovely, but sometimes it's like all the little ones, like all the different rats, all the different colours and that sort of thing. So I think it just sets the tank off, which is good.
Yeah. So Rob, you missed out that you went to the barbecue.
I did, yes. I've got feedback coming in my headphones. Is that just me, or is that?
It's Chris's.
It's Chris's.
Oh, okay.
Chris is what?
We're hearing our voice from your microphone.
Oh.
I don't know why it suddenly started, but
yes,
it's just if he's not talking, then we'll hear what's coming out of his speaker.
Yeah. So yeah, there was an interesting picture of you at the barbecue.
me at my finest. Yeah,
Oh,
still got it.
Hell, I didn't think you were going to show that, Steve.
This is like
I noticed that Drippy's got one of Matt's products in his hand as well.
yes. Or that's his own product. I don't know. Oh dear.
Yeah.
What was the remit for that AI to do that to that?
So yeah, it's quite amusing that I said to the AI, and this is a cropped in picture so we can get a better look at Rob. But I said to it, the second guy in, because this also had Rama in it.
Oh,
So
right.
the second guy in, I need you to make him look like he's sat in a high chair. And if you're feeling brave, see if you can Photoshop it so it looks like he's got a dummy in his mouth. I mentioned nothing about editing Drippy's eyes or removing your chin.
I reckon Drippy looks like Jason.
Yeah. Well, apart from he's got sleeves.
Yeah, and it's not very flattering for Jason, is it? Oh dear. Yeah. So, it looks good. That's what happens after 12 hours of drinking. My chin just fucks off. Chin goes, I've had enough, Rob. I'm going home.
So, apologies for completely butchering your presentation. It was a very good presentation, but I thought
no, it's not. Is that what you're saying?
No. It was just it was going to be a repeat of Chris's tank tour if we just went through it, and we've already got a video of that. So I wanted to make it a bit different.
So what's changed?
I chopped a few bits out, and I thought we'll kind of talk about some of these. So you set it up in 2021.
Yeah, kind of 2021.
And you moved it in July 2023.
Yeah, that was mainly.
Did you have? Go on.
No, I was going to say that was mainly because there's a slight imperfection in the glass. There was in the bottom right-hand corner, the glass just started to go like steamy, almost. That's the easiest way to describe it. It started to almost like you got sandpaper and fine buffed it, but it wasn't that. And you could just see it almost looked like I was going to crack. But to be fair, when I phoned up Red Sea, told us to them, they said it was just a manufacturing fault. They'll send me a new tank. At the time, I was actually like, shit, I don't really want a whole new tank. So it means having to swap it all around, empty the full tank, swap it all over.
Piece of pet.
Huh?
Piece of pet.
Well, if you've got slaves and minions, yes, maybe. But unfortunately, it's just me. So, but I did minions, slaves. Yeah, okay. I then did meet them halfway, and we said I'd have a Red Sea Reef mat, but they ran out. The distributors had, and so I went and bought my own one. And then a Red Sea spare tank just turned up on my doorstep one day. Yeah, it did then sit on my doorstep, well, for a few days. So I moved indoors. I then moved indoors and stored it in my dining room for about 4 months before I then bought bits, changed bits. I bought a whole new sort of frame to put it on. So it's got one of those aluminium stands now. Oh, you might, well, I suppose, I don't know if it's any further along, but yeah. I don't know what slide you kept, so I don't know if it's got a slide with it sitting on its new aluminium stand or not.
Spicy.
Oh, no, there you go.
So what, you built an alley frame inside the Red Sea cabinet?
Yeah, so what you can see here, so I live in my house, I have a chimney breast, then you've got alcoves either side of it. There's 3 foot pretty much, or 40 inches either side of it. So a 3 foot tank fits quite snugly in there. So originally you can see there that when it first set up, one of my biggest mistakes was putting it that close to the window. It just glared, it was annoying. It's one of those things, I thought it'd be okay. But we did eventually put curtains up, but even with the curtains, it's just getting in the way and getting on the nerves. So when the opportunity came up about moving it, it's like, yep, gone, we'll move it and do it that way. But I was then thinking long term, and then I decided I'll buy one of these aluminium stands, so the prefabbed ones, a company called KJN here in the UK. They sort of cut it all up for you. They'll send it out, they'll cut it to size, and you just build it. It's like a big Meccano kit, pretty much. It's fairly easy to do. Took a morning, maybe not even that, and it's as solid as rock. It ain't going anywhere. So yeah, so really happy with that. It doesn't rust, doesn't do anything. It's like new now.
Good.
Yeah, and it kind of allows me, because eventually I want to, maybe what I should have done before, I want to put a slightly bigger tank. There's a few inches either side. I can come forward a little bit and go slightly higher, but the stand is just built for it to be able to cater for the extra weight in water. Should I eventually get around to doing that? So that's fine.
Yeah. So when you moved in July 23, did you change tank? But I'm presuming you moved all of the rock and everything over. Did it work out as a reset for the tank, or did it all go smoothly?
No, smoothly. The only thing I lost was
Excellent.
a pom-pom crab. It dropped on the floor as I got off the bloody step ladder to move the 4 foot across the chimney breast to put it into the new tank. It was like shit. I stood on the thing halfway across on a towel, and it was like crap. But that's the only thing I lost. All the corals and everything were okay. Fish were all okay. Everything. It actually all went smooth. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So I think on my...
What's wrong now?
Is your dog having a drink, Chris?
Yeah, my dog's just come downstairs. Luckily, she's just walked past, went out for a piss, and just come back inside and decided to help herself to a drink.
Wow.
Love it.
It's that bloody dickhead.
Yeah, so I noticed you used the green hair algae rock.
Yep, still use it now.
Any issues with it? No.
I didn't have any issues. You guys all seem to have. One thing I will say is it does, when you put it into, so since you're doing the initial scape and everything, I have changed it slightly. Recently, I've taken a big chunk out and put a fresh bit in, and you do see a slight spike in like phosphate. So it must be leaching something over time. But so when phosphate move it, it just pulls it out within the course of a couple of weeks and it's fine again. I've never had any problems with it. I know it's obviously a matured tank now, so me putting a fresh bit of rock in, I'd hope not to get the ugly stage again. But yeah, initially I had one outbreak of more like a bacterial bloom and the sand bed all went manky, but it wasn't just on the rock. So it wasn't like I had, like Matt had, hair algae everywhere. Mine was just fine. Yeah, it's just more of a dusty sort of algae. I never had any problems with it.
Wait it out to do
patches of it that have been painted with a different type of paint, or
something different in the process. Yeah,
I do hear like 80%, I would say, if not higher, of people that have used it have had bad luck with it.
Yeah. I've actually bought another bit this week, as to what something else I did this week. And I went and bought another bit because I'm intending on doing the same I've done this side of my tank to the other side to open up the arch a bit more. So I'm going to put another bit of rock, put a bit at the back, so it's a bigger archway to swim through. But the rock I buy now does look slightly different colour to that. It looks more of a brighter sort of paint on it rather than a dull, which that was. But yeah, still the bit I've done recently, I've not had any problems with it at all. Just lucky.
That's good news. Yeah.
Yeah. I threw a ton of bacteria in it. I went all in because I got annoyed with waiting for the thing to cycle. I used Dr. Tim's, and I think when you do that, you throw in a bottle of Dr. Tim's like cycling stuff, and then you dose some ammonia, and it just wasn't going anywhere. And it sat there for like, I think they say you can add fish within 9 days. I think I took like 4 to 5 weeks in the end, and it still wasn't doing anything. So I then just threw everything but the kitchen sink out. I threw in like Bright Wells stuff and all sorts just to help get it moving. And eventually it did go. But since then, I've never really had that much of an issue with anything like the uglies. So it's been quite lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when you bought yourself your first lot of equipment, you didn't hold back.
No,
you went balls in, didn't you?
Yeah, I kind of decided, because I didn't want to do it twice. For me, it's like when I've done stuff before. So previously, before this, when I've had smaller fish tanks, I'd maybe buy a light, but then buy another light maybe 6 months later because I want a newer, bigger one. Whereas this time, I just went all in on like the XR15s from Ecotech. I went with the MP40s. To be fair, the MP40s I like because of the maintenance side. You literally just pop off the wet side, pop a new one on, job done. You put it in some, you soak it in some stuff, you scrub it off within about a day, and the job done again.
So you're saying you went straight for the XR15, so you didn't have to buy another light?
Yeah. Well, yeah. To be fair, they've lasted 4 years. For me, for 4 years, that's good. I have added blades obviously as upgrades to help it. Yeah. But that's where you move with corals, isn't it? You just move with what you're putting in the tank. When I first set up the tank, I had zoas, I had some basic Montiporas, I had frog spawns, hammers. So they're not sort of highly light demanding. So just having 2 XR15s on that's fine. Adding the blades helped bolster that. The way my tank went when I started, I had more aquaporas and stuff. And now with the Triton, it's kind of just the next sort of level almost. And it's,
I think we should tell Steve to fuck off, Chris. I mean, most reefers have 15 tanks in the tank, and you've got the same tank, so I take my hat off to you.
Yeah, and to be fair, so when I was researching it, everything you researched at the time pointed to Ecotech being a very good brand, and I liked the idea of having everything on one app, which it was at the time, everything in one place, so I wasn't having to worry about it, and I could just deal with one sort of manufacturer, one sort of go-to should there be any issues with it. And because I think like NIOS and that were quite linked at the time, people were saying that, or maybe it was because of Steve, the distributor guy. He distributes NIOS as well. So for me in the UK, it's just easy to go. But again, I never had any problems with them. MP40's been solid, bomb-proof ever since I've had them. I've now, like I said, I've now got 6 wet sides. 2 brand new ones and 4 original ones. So in the space of 4 years, I haven't changed them very often, and for me, it's one of those sort of things where I don't mind changing because it's not they get noisy. It's just on certain settings, like the gyro especially, you start to notice it maybe humming a bit more. Because I changed mine, it changes during the course of a day for different sort of speeds, different sort of ramp up the gyros to reef mode to just full on, just plain, just straightforward. Yeah. To lagoon, to nutrient. I use them all. I literally use them all. So the MP40 is constantly changing from one setting to another about every 2 hours until it gets to the evening. Then in the evening, from about 10 o'clock till about 10 in the morning, it runs Reef Crest. Yeah, I run the Reef Crest all night long. Don't change it.
Run it at night. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just something I've always done. Yeah.
Interesting.
What else is on there? NIOS, NIOS is, I've always liked the NIOS stuff. The initial protein skimmer was fine. I did change that eventually, but that was only because they only had an AC pump in them. And for the first couple of years, it ran silent. It did, so for some reason, those things seem to overflow constantly. If you put anything in a tank or do something, put your hands in, it just also just has a shit fit and just overflows everywhere. Whereas I now run a Deltec DC 1400 or 1600, I forget what it is. Silent, pretty much. Matt, when he comes, I've got the same one as Matt, so whatever's Matt's got, I've got the same. He says mine's pretty much silent, but it never overflows or anything. I've never had it overflow at all, which is great.
Yeah, quite like a Deltec skimmer.
Yeah, Delta. If I had the money, I'd go for a little Royal Exclusive. Because they do, but then I'd only do that and maybe get rid of my reef mat If I could get a bigger skimmer than what the Deltec is and just rely on the skimmer to pull out all the crap, then I might do. Although I do like the reef mat because of the clarity of the water, but I don't know if the skimmer will then compensate for having no reef mat. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm tempted to run a smaller reef mat now on my new tank, so maybe the 500 instead of the 1200, and have a valve so that not all of the water goes through.
Well, the swapsies, the Reef Mat 500, I was annoyed because the Reef Mat 500 come out, but literally about 2 months later, they released the 250. I think it's the one you've got. If I could go back in time, I'd have the 250 on this. It's a lot smaller, it's tiny, and I think to be able to handle the amount of water I put for it, it'll be fine, especially when you've got that, you've still got your protein skimmer, and you've got everything else in the mix. For me, it'd been far better option, because that is one thing about the Red Sea Reef Mats. They are a chunky beast. I have the 500. I don't have the Red Sea sump underneath my tank anymore. It is just a custom sump, which was bigger to be able to cater for things like the Reef Mat. But even still, it's still big. There's no getting away from it. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Liam asked, do you keep live rock in your sump?
Do you know what? No, I don't. My sump is very minimalist. Apart from, I do have one small fist-sized chunk at the moment, and that's purely because when I removed the stuff I gave to Matt and put in my new little arch, I kept one little bit because I wanted to do the other side. So I want that little bit to be able to sort of hold it up at the back to be able to rest it on. So I just need to keep it somewhere for the moment. But yeah, apart from that, I don't run. I even got rid of all my bio balls. I used to have loads of those, like as a max spec bio balls or whatever they are, the media balls. I used to run like 2 trays of those almost, but then my nitrates just started to bottom out everywhere. They used to collect dust or crap, and I just got annoyed with them, so I just pulled them out and just went for having higher nitrates. So, yeah.
How high is high?
Well, no, so that's what I hire. It now sits at between about 15 and 17.
Okay.
So they're not high. Yeah, so for me, that's kind of almost where I want them to stay. I don't want them any higher than that. That is perfect for me.
Yeah. So what was it running at when you had all your bio balls in there? It was
so
low.
It got to the point.
It
got to the point where the nitrates bottomed out because I had so much, I suppose, media in there, just pulling it all out. The microphone, it's just pulled out everything. So I bottomed out nitrate. I ended up having to dose it. So actually, I still do throw a little bit of nitrate in every so often. Every week when I do a water test, I test nitrates, and if it does drop off like 2 or 3, I then just squirt a bit of nitrate in there and job done for the next week. Yeah.
You want to get some fish in your sump? That'll bring it up.
Well, it's already been said in the chat.
Yeah, I had that today actually, and I felt quite bad because Dan's coming on Saturday to pick his lights up, and I was thinking, shit, I could have actually given it to Dan rather than thrown it away. But you
get over it, Chris. I've got a wheelie bin full of it.
It's because it's the digi stuff. It just grows everywhere, and the green multi stuff. It's getting to the point where I clean the glass, and it's just annoying.
Full of Walt Disney, you know what I mean? Just fuck off.
I've got a tank under my tank now, which is I'm gonna have to look in it at some point because all the breaks and bits I'll take at my main display. I'll just walk past and go I do. I'll just bomb it in there and I'll go at some point I'm gonna need to look at that.
It's when you throw an acro in and it's landed on your one of your scully.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it'd be my luck. Yeah, sitting across that trackie or something. Yeah, I won't look them.
Before I forget to say, Chris, you're talking about the pad on the back of the MP40s. On the wet side, it becomes compressed and then it starts to spin on the glass. You can replace just that little bit of foam.
I did look because I thought you said this. I could have watched a stream somewhere. I could have sworn you said you can just replace the foam on the back of the MP40. I looked everywhere. Well, to be fair, I maybe a little bit lazy and just looked at Charthouse's site and looked at their spares. Couldn't see it, so I said, "Fuck it, I'll buy 2 more. It's fine." But because it's things like that shaft. Sometimes that starts to slightly go. It doesn't rust, but it changes.
It discolors.
It discolors, yeah. And I sort of think, well, if it's discoloring, where's that going? And I don't see where.
Do you lubricate the ceramic shaft every time you clean? Because I use Molykote. Yes, I use Molykote 111.
Yeah, because you get sachets off that. With the verses. No, I mean, I'm serious. You get with the verses.
Yeah, it's amazing
Check
stuff.
versions.
I have not lost a wet side since I started using that on it.
That's safe then in a tank.
Yes. Yep.
What is it?
Basically a silicone grease.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I think we all
I'm lazy
thought
like
that.
that. I
Yeah,
can't
we all
bother
thought.
getting
I
all the
searched
papers.
everywhere. Well, one website.
I know what I need, not what I want. That's fine.
So where do you actually get those foam pads from? Are they made by Ecotech as a
Yes,
spare?
I spoke to Steve Fox and
Right.
I bought some from him, but I'll be honest, are they actually available to the public on the website? I actually don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I,
fine.
mean, I don't recall ever seeing them, to be honest.
But yeah, I got sent them. They're a pain in the
I was going to say, must be a bust to get off, aren't they? Yeah, I bet they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
mind.
you can buy those. You can buy foam with the mega sticky glue on them because I bought a whole load of pads for the bottom of my frag tank before I put it on the stand and I stuck it to the bottom of the glass.
Right.
And obviously, you need to check that the adhesive is actually reef safe. But I mean,
So you
I
stuck-
bet when
stuck
Steve
your
was
tank
sending
to
you
your
those
stand.
pads,
go on, Steve.
I bet when Steve was sending those pads, he was laughing to himself, thinking, "That fucker's going to be trying for ages to peel those off."
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I bet they don't come off in one either, did I? I bet they all come off bitty.
No, it did actually come off
Did
in one, yeah, but I mean, it took a while. I'm not
Did
sure.
Did you do
buying
it?
an
Or did you
entire
just
website, though.
fucking give it to a member of staff and go, get
Yeah.
out for there?
Bring it on, funny man.
He's a job in your lunch hour. Fuck off and do
But
it.
yes, then he did. Yeah.
I don't let my staff do very much for me. It's only stuff I physically can't do myself.
That sounds wrong.
To be fair, I did change the pads on my algae scraper rather than just going out and buy a new one because they sell replacement pads, but they actually peel off remarkably quite easy. I was amazed at how quick and easy.
What scraper you got?
The flipper's not easy.
Oh, yeah, no, it's the flipper, the Max flipper.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was easy. It literally took me 10 minutes. I thought it was going to be a right pain in the ass to peel it all off.
Where are the pads? What, the 4 little feety pad things?
No, the full on, so both sides. So the scrapey side.
Oh, the Velcro bit.
And the dry side. Yeah.
Well, you can buy
What
spares
is it,
for that.
Velcro?
Yes.
Yep.
That's why it was easy to peel off. It was Velcro.
Rob, I have
No.
a few for the Max magnet in a drawers. The Max one you've got.
Yeah, I've got a Max.
Right,
Yeah.
well, I'll send you some because I don't have a Max magnet anymore, so you can have them.
I didn't even know they did them.
Do you know they do new blades as well?
Well, do you know what? This is so fucking annoying, right? I bought a new one because I dropped it and broke it, cracked the front that holds the blade. This is like a year ago. And you get a spare blade when you buy it, don't you?
Yes, you do.
And you know when you go, I'm going to put that there so I know it's safe. Never found it. I've to this day still never found it. I really don't want to buy another one because I know somewhere in the fucking fish room I've got a blade sitting there.
I've got loads of them.
Find it.
I've got loads of them. I'll send you some.
Does your stuff all stay in your fish room? Because obviously you're lucky enough to have a fish room. But does all your fish stuff just stay in there? Because I have
Well, other than the big shed at the end of the garden, which is absolutely brimming with crap.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
yeah, most of it stays in the fish room.
I suppose I have multiple places. I have underneath my tank. I have a drawer in the lounge, which used to have DVDs in, but we don't do DVDs anymore. So I just filled it with like Hannah tests and shit like that. I have outside of my little plastic container where I make my RO where I store stuff, and I've got a wardrobe in a spare room, which when you open the door, it just falls out at you. Jeez, oh no, the boxes under the beds.
Yeah,
You keep the boxes for like these XR, because I thought, well, XR15s, I might sell them one day, so I wanted to keep the boxes and the MP40s. So I've got boxes for them everywhere.
I have every box of everything I own right now
he's
because
about to do a magic trick or something.
he is.
This algae scraper, I bought this from Amazon. It came from China. It's a really long one, which is handy. And it came with a pack of 10 blades. When those blades ran out, it was cheaper for me to buy another one with a pack of 10 blades than buy a pack of 10 blades.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes, I bought the same scraper, but not in black. Mine was in chrome, and you screw the shaft together. Is it in three
Is
pieces?
that metal,
Yeah.
that handle, or plastic?
Yeah,
It's metal.
Yeah.
it's metal.
Right. Okay. Has anyone ever had the fancy Julian Sprung one?
In that pure aluminium or titanium almost.
I think it's
Is it
titanium.
titanium?
Looks very fancy.
I think Elisa's got one. She's in the chat. Elisa, is it titanium?
I think if I couldn't get one of my sort of wet side and move it around, I would get a proper. We have to get in and actually scrape the inside of it. But yeah, because I think you can get quite a good leverage on that, I suppose.
The best scraper is the Tetra one. It's less than £10 and it's incredible. Fuck you, Steve.
It's not long enough.
No, you just reach further.
I do have a C-cam. I have a C-cam one, which is like a white and it's probably about yay long, but it's got a nice razor blade. It's actually, it feels like a razor blade rather than like a. And it's,
You can flip it and it's got a foam pad on the other end.
Yeah. That's what I've
That's
got.
a good scraper.
The blade doesn't go to the end either, so you can go right up to the edge of your sleeve.
Yeah, so you're not going to slice the seam open.
So you know if you run it straight down, there's a gap in between that and the seam, so you're not going to get it. So it's ideal, especially when you're doing the back of the tank. Either side, it fits perfectly either side of my MP40s, which is great.
Back of the tank?
Huh? Oh yeah.
Back of the tank?
I have. Yeah, no. My poor snails are starved. They're deprived. They don't get any algae on the fucking glass.
Oh yeah, join the club with this bloke down here, mate.
Rob slags me all the time for starving my snails every time.
I keep logging coming down in the morning. They're all just falling over and they're all on their backs now. I think it's because they're
fucking malnutrition.
Malnourished.
Yeah, that's what it's. They're like sailors used to get scurvy. That's what your snails have got.
Snails have got rickets.
Yeah, they got a bowed foot.
The thing with the new light, they've got even less chance because the light don't get the algae on the glass because it just goes straight into the tank.
Yeah,
they've got
if we surveyed the snails, how they're like in the Stratton, they'd be going, "We're dying." Yeah. Anyway, got another clean tank.
Yeah.
So you're on the Stratton now.
No, he's on his chair, Steve.
Yeah, there we go.
I've got your screenshots of your Stratton and your. This is the MP40s and your Reef.
Reef. That's more about
Red Sea stuff.
Yes, that's the Red Sea Reef.
Yeah.
So you see the Stratton on the left there. My lights generally come on in the morning about 7 o'clock. I run mine from more like 7 till about 8 o'clock normally. Although with the XR15s, you used to have that moonlight mode. So at 8 o'clock, it'd go into moonlight mode and then it'd go off about 10:30. Whereas I can't work out, I don't think Strattons have like a moonlight mode. So I now just sort of extended it. So now run to about, I think it's 9:30, they originally should go off. But yeah, you get the high, my sort of full spectrum, just like normal, kicks in at about 10 o'clock is that, and then runs to about 5 o'clock, then starts dipping off and you get more blues. Yeah, and that's generally how I quite like it. I get to come down and enjoy the tank in the morning because it's up when I'm up. I would take the dog out, just go back from walking the dog, having breakfast, having coffee before I start work. I then come down from work, well, have a break during the day, come down, have another coffee. The tank's generally in full spectrum then, so I get to enjoy it a bit then. And I can sit and enjoy it in the evenings under full blues. So, yeah, best of both worlds.
Nice.
What the in that picture? There's purple is the first dot.
Violet.
Is that
Royal blue,
right? And then you've got like an asterisk. Is that a different?
That's just the one that's selected.
Yeah, sorry, that's maybe. So that little asterisk when you select them, when you push, when you select them on the actual screen, it just asterisk, and then that brings up what you're actually running. So you can see there, if you can see it, that's what I'm actually running under the sort of full spectrum setup.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And you see up there the intensity still. So that's what I mean. The app itself is fairly self-explanatory. It's not hard. It's what you'd expect. You've got dots where you want the light to come on, where you want it to change. You just got your sliders like you know you would have. You've got your presets and you've got your intensities.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It doesn't actually look that bad. You've taken this on your iPad, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so I have everything on my iPad and everything on my phone. Trying to do it on my phone, you can't really do it.
Yeah, that's what I found. It's too hard to do it on your phone.
Yeah, having it on an iPad is so much easier. I suppose I don't use a laptop anymore apart from work, so it's just easy on the iPad. My big sausage fingers, Ron, you'd love that.
Hey.
I'd love it. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, happy. Well known for that.
Yeah. Then I suppose you've got on the other side, you've got the settings I run for the MP40s. You can see there, I do jump and change. And like I said, I run the Reef Crest overnight, then change when we have a setting going on for the MP40s during the course of the day. Generally, they run between 45 and 55%. So none of them run really full out, max out. So it's not too bad. The gyra, I think that runs that. Does it say on there? Is it? Oh, it runs to 50%. Yeah, so
50%. Yeah.
Yeah, so the gyro runs at 50%. Currently, I'm dosing. Is that 48? 48? I can't see there, but I dose 48 mil of whatever I'm dosing, and my reef mat doesn't go through much. What is it doing? About 36 centimeters a day. So generally, I get one turn. So one
what are you doing? 48 mil, whatever I'm dosing is a bit vague. What are you dosing?
Have you left? Yeah. So have you left what I'm dosing?
Yes.
On my original, So on my original slide deck.
Right.
So dosing. When I started dosing, I started everything Red Sea. I was quite pro Red Sea, like Red Sea stuff. It all looked nice.
Yeah.
Job done. So I went with a 3-part. So calcium, magnesium, alkalinity. I also used to do the carbon dosing. We said it earlier, whatever it is for Red Sea do, which Steve is
No pox.
with. Yep, no pox. I had problems with no pox because I used to get that build up of that, well, whatever it is.
Slime.
Yes, slime. So I stopped doing that quite quickly and just stuck with the Red Sea stuff.
Don't you only get that no pox slime if you've over no poxed?
Well, you say that, but I got to the point where
it build up over time, though, doesn't it?
Okay.
I don't know. I got to the point where I was barely putting anything in, and it was still having issues with build up, and it just used to clog up things like my skimmer. I was cleaning about every sort of. I'd have to clean it every month because if not, it just wouldn't create the bubbles. It just wasn't doing it. The propeller and everything just all clog up with, jizz, spunk, whatever you want to call it. It was rank. The return pump as well was just as bad. It drop off. You'd notice the speed and the way the water was pumping out the return pump. It just wouldn't do it. So had to go. But yeah, when I first started, I started with a Coral Pro Salt. So I went with the higher alkalinity stuff. So I think that was about 12 DKH from memory.
Yeah, it's quite high.
Yeah. And I think the only reason I've done that is because I used to watch. So when I was researching, I used to follow a guy called Abe from Coral Euphoria. His tanks were
so did I.
Oh, he was
amazing reefer.
Yeah. He's almost like he just bowed down. His tanks were just stunning. It was unreal. I couldn't fault him. And he used to run the Coral Pro stuff, and he used to run the high alkaline. He didn't have any problems with it. So that's kind of why I just jumped on it and went with it. But I then did eventually change. I went blue bucket, and I have changed again. So I'm now with I forget what it is. I'll come. There's a slide with it on. See, this is why I put slides because I forget.
Yeah.
Memory like a stick.
And then I went and deleted them all. So
yeah. So, So
is it a clean salt in your cup? No residue.
Oh yeah, so it is. So it's the Coral Pro. It's the expensive stuff. Everyone's about the cost of it. German stuff. They're big issue in Turkey.
Tropic Marin
Pro. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't. That stuff is immaculately clean. The brute can stays clean for years.
Yeah,
it just doesn't get dirty at all. It mixes so quickly, and it actually it runs what I wanted to. When I changed over to the modern reef stuff, it runs a lower alkalinity, more like 7.5 to 8. It runs a lower calcium, more about 400, and the magnesium it's fine. So it sort of mirrored to what I was trying to get to with the tank itself. But I did jump on the Kalkwasser bandwagon, and that was mainly because of Reef Talk. I quite like the idea of it because I like to boost the pH and see what that done, and running Kalkwasser did do that. I did have a nice little versus, a nice little setup. The only issue was I could only get a 25, that can you see there at the top is only about 25 litres, and I think I was dosing about 3 litres a day. So it'd only last about 8. I used to have to do it weekly because I couldn't get midway through a week if I was away. Worry about that. So I was having to do it every weekend. I'll mix up a patch and away you go. It's not hard. You just throw a few. I didn't even bother measuring in the end because it just settles at the bottom.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So literally, I just throw a few spoonfuls in, top it up, give it a whisk with a whisk, and just top it back in. But it was just another maintenance, another issue. And then I had the issue with the Versa, where it just died on me, and just had to change. One of the other things with dosing calculus as well, you see there at the bottom, I had to start to dose lots of little individual elements. So I started to collect blue bottles, and fucking hell, my missus hated me. When I was going away for like 3 or 4 days, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're right there, darling. You're right. Just put like 4 drops of this, 2 drops of that, 6 drops of this. We'd have little labels on every single one." And she'd be going to the fridge, pulling them all out, spending like 10, 15 minutes just dropping them into the tank at night. She'd be like, "You fucking dickhead."
Are they?
Like,
Those are they arranged in order of importance?
no, they were just thrown up there.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair
no, they were just there.
Sorry, Gaz.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, still no answer. So you saying you had to start dosing the traces when you started using calc? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, because the salt, because I'd gone to the blue bucket didn't seem to keep up with what the ICP tests were coming back to.
Right.
So when I was doing an ICP test, it was coming back. I tend to do so I still do now. I was quite religious. So I got into the habit of doing about every 2 months. And I use Triton, always have done, and probably always will do. I can't be bothered to change because I've got my history all stored there. So I just look back and see where it's gone.
Okay. Where's the lab for that? Is it in Germany still?
No, you send them off here. It's down, the guys who make the aquariums down in London. And literally I send it off one day, I'll get an email acknowledging it, that's the following day, and sometimes you're very lucky, you maybe even get the results back that day, if not it'll be the following day.
Okay.
So it does come out very quickly.
Went abroad for some reason.
No, I don't think they ever, I've never known them had. I did try a Reef Factory one once. Fucking, that was a faff. I got it. Yeah, there you go.
So these guys? Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried a Reef Factory one once, and that had to go off to Poland. Got lost in the post, got rediverted, and eventually the postman brought me my vials of water back. I was like, "What?" Yeah, no wonder I got lost and gone back. I was like, "Yeah." 6 weeks later, they're back on my doorstep.
Did you go and put them in the bin?
Yeah, but yeah. So that's kind of where I started. That's where I kind of went, and I've now moved on since then as well. So if you flick over, unless you've got any more questions. So I'm now quite a modern reef fan. Everybody moans about it because it's quite expensive, and I suppose it is. But
I'll leave it there then. Let's move on.
Yeah, but for me, it's
how expensive is it? Because it says here that you're dosing 0.6 milliliters every other day.
No, so if you read the top part, I do 39 mil of each of those.
Ah, I see. Yeah. And then a bit of this. Okay.
And then the food or the whatever the nutrients at the bottom. Now I do like those 2 bottles are my original bottles when I started about 18 months ago. But the bigger cartons, I buy the 2.5 litre ones because they fit perfectly behind my sump. So I don't have to you can buy 5 litre ones, it's cheaper, and I can buy decant them, and that's probably something I should do. But for me, it's just ease. I set it up and forget it. I don't have to worry about it.
I've been looking at it, and basically that's just a 3-part alk and calc, is it, in those big bottles? And then, so what's the magic little elixir stuff then?
The elixir stuff is something I only literally started about 4 days ago, and so far I've only dosed it twice. It's supposed to improve colours, all that sort of shit. I thought I'd buy a bottle, give it a go, see if it makes any difference. It's like with the other stuff, the 2 bottles you see down there, they call it polypop. It's supposed to increase polyp extension. Does it? Doesn't it? My Scully, when you put it in, the Scully opens up fully and it just goes nuts. It loves it. But that's supposed to be done daily. But because when I'm away, the missus doesn't want to be doing that. If it misses a few days, it doesn't make any difference. When I run an ICP test, that's the thing. When I run an ICP test, it's been using Modern Reef, nothing is out of sync. It's all pretty much online, apart from my phosphate levels.
all the traces are mixed in.
All the traces and everything is in those 4 blue cans.
Right. So see the Reef elixir. So is that all the same stuff? And because there's like 8 bottles there.
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, it's just one. It's just one bottle.
Just it says Coral Booster, does it?
Yeah, Coral Booster, supposed food colours.
Can you tell me what's in it?
I guess the picture is from a website then.
Yeah. I picked up from.
Okay, I'm like,
not give me that.
bottles.
I couldn't be bothered to go get I get off my ass to go to the fridge, pull it out of the fridge. I took a snapshot of AAC's website where I bought it from, and they had the bottles lined up, and that's what it is. But it's one bottle, so I do. Yeah.
Right.
So in theory, all I need to do, apart from the 4 main ones, is just 2 shots of the 0.6 mils, and then 3 drops about every 2 days. And
Right.
if that doesn't get done, it doesn't get done, and it doesn't seem to affect my ICP test, because, like I was saying, just running the blue cans, it has all the trace, everything inside it. It even does a bit of carbon dosing, I think, at some point as well, to try to help.
Are they 5 litre containers?
2.5. They do a 5 litre,
Right.
which I will start to buy, but I need to buy the 2.5 because they fit perfectly out of sight, out of mind, behind my sump. They squeeze literally within millimetre perfect.
Okay.
Oh, remember that down the back of your tank?
Yeah. Literally, just they slot in a line of 4, because you think 2.5 litres on a reefer. Can you imagine putting those in the back of your Steve? 2.5 litre cans.
I would only get 2 of them in.
Yeah. So.
Probably have
yeah.
two
So
straight in.
yeah. So the modern reef stuff has worked really well for me. It's just easy. It's just set and play and just forget it.
I mean, everyone says it's like very expensive. So how much is a set?
Yeah,
how much
so
are those for?
I think for those sets about 70 quid, and those now last me about. They're lasting about 8 to 9 weeks, I suppose. Yeah, just over 2 months.
Okay.
I forget exactly what it is. About 2 months worth, which for me is 35 quid a month.
I'll probably get a day out of that.
Kalkwasser was cheap. This is the thing. I only run a 300 litre tank, so 50. So that's where I don't have to worry about the mass uptake. I'd like a bigger tank, but then there's that sort of thing. I don't have to take into consideration the amount you're throwing at and dosing it. I suppose you can look at like calcium reactors to try to compensate that, as well as Kalkwasser, and it's just for me. It's just having those little bottles and having to dose little droplets everywhere to keep everything the way it should be. This is literally 4 things, 40 mils a day, and job done. Yeah.
Is that the system Tom uses?
Yeah. And I think Tom moaned about the cost of it, but his tank's significantly bigger. It's like 10, 11 foot. It's
I think it's cracking on to 10 foot, I think, isn't it?
9 feet? I think it's 9 feet.
9 feet, I forget. So, for me, it works really well. It's just,
There's an interesting one. Do you think Coke precipitates trace elements?
Hey, Mo.
I don't think
it participates. I think it's just, I suppose the corals are using it. When you're putting the calc in, it's not adding them. And I think the salt I was using wasn't keeping up with the demand, I suppose. Whereas this stuff, you literally set it, so everything's dosed the same. I literally throw in 39 mil of everything, and everything settles down, so it sits where it should do.
Yeah, I think calc can take some stuff out, but I
don't know. The only time I've ever had an issue with this is with iodine, and I think you've mentioned this in your videos, because I dose quite a bit of nori for my tang and fox face. Some people say that the nori contains a lot of iodine, so if you're putting it in daily, it then boosts, I suppose, the level of iodine when you're already dosing it within the 4 bottles, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean that is the one downside, isn't it, of having it all contained in that.
Yeah, you can't
adjust any. I mean, it's fine if they're low, you can top them up, but if they're high, obviously. Problems. So is your iodine high?
Yeah. I got an ICP test. It's probably been like 4 months ago, and it was off the scale. But then, some other. So when I went to Lobster Reef, and one of the guys who owns an ICP testing company was there, and I said to him about it, and he said about like the nori, but he also said because my phosphate sits quite high, and at the time I'd gone. So I was going to tank one au natural, and the phosphate got to like 0.2 sort of thing, and 0.2.5, whereas it normally sits at like 0.12, 0.15 now. But I have to run a reactor with phosphate remover in it. But he said sometimes having a high phosphate level can affect certain parameters within the ICP test itself. So I was kind of like, okay.
What, as in they're not as accurate?
I don't think they can provide an accurate result for it, should we say? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. I think they'd correct for it if they know it's anyway.
As well as this, I also do use modern reefs like modern snow. So I do the snow dosing like once a week, I suppose.
Is that like the calcium carbonate?
Yeah.
Powder stuff. Right.
Yeah. But again, it's just, that's more just to help with the clarity of the water and help get rid of
Yeah,
some
I do that in my tank once a week. Once a week I blow because there's
I have a
so
little
much shit settles on that coral.
settles
It's
on the rocks.
absolute filth. Yes. So I blow
So
I
have a
turkey
little
baste all mine
turkey
off.
baster.
Yeah, I do mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to do it in a lunch hour maybe, and it settles down quite quickly, and it all goes through, runs through the reef mat. The reef mat goes nuts for a couple of hours, but that's it really.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, excellent. Let's see. There's a question here about Reef Factory. I don't think we're going to hear anything else. I think they're just properly gone.
Dead.
Was there not talk of somebody taking
Buying
on the
them out.
servers or something?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they were going to keep the servers running, but I've heard a lot of problems with them still.
I don't know. Did you leave my hardware slides in? Because I used to run. So one of these, I used to run Reef Factory for like the thermo controller, and I used to have a pH probe for them as well. But I then bought a little Apex Junior, which replaced the pH probe. But when they started to have problems with the servers and the thermo controller started to, well, you couldn't access it, you couldn't see it. I then sort of had to look for an alternative for that. So that's why I went all in with like the Apex and bought one of the power bars, which when I spoke to Steve from Exodus, he then said, well, you can run you just bung 2 titanium heaters into the power bar, you control it via the Apex and just set it to what you want, and it just drifts up and down, which is perfect. It also then gives me the ability to be able to plug other things into it as well, like my Trident, which is great, and hopefully long term, something like an MP as well, so I can watch the nitrates and phosphates. So it just reduces a lot more plugs just by tying myself into one of those little ecosystem, rather than having lots of different setups. But they're tried and tested. They've been around for years. Yeah. The other guys, they've come onto the scene quite quickly. Their stuff was great when it worked. Yeah, I didn't have any problems when it was working. It actually saved my tank on one occasion because I was over in Canada at the time. That thing was pinging at me, sending me alerts. The thing was beeping here in the room because the thing had one of my heaters had died and it dropped off. So then the missus had to FaceTime me. We don't talk it through. I had to get stuff sent out to her. But it's just, without it, the tank would have just frozen, I suppose, over time.
Yeah. Sorry, just saw this comment. Yes, that wasn't fun. So we talked about your salts. I guess the problems.
Yeah, and I've been quite lucky, I suppose. I say lucky. Lucky. Well researched. Yeah, because I'm not a pro reefer by a country mile. I just starting up this time. So from when I was doing it when I was a kid, like back in 1996, I was 16, coming out of school, had some extra cash in my hand, went and bought a fish tank, set it up, and away I went. There's no researching. You had to buy books to read. Well, I didn't read books at school, for fuck's sake. I wasn't about to go buy books to actually read, to learn how to run a fish tank. So I just winged it, spoke to a local fish shop, and that was about it, really. But these days, it's so much easier. Everything's on YouTube. There's so many videos on so many different things on how to set up tanks, how to run this, how to do that. So you kind of get experience in that way. I did have an ugly phase. You can see there, I had some brown funky shit on the sand. Didn't get the hair algae like you guys did with the rock. But I did run the vibrant stuff. Luckily, it was before I had a lot of corals in the tank. It was mainly just fish and some basic corals, I suppose. And it didn't really have, because I know since then there's been a whole sort of controversy around vibrant and what it actually does. It is like pesticides.
Is that still available? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's still going, is it?
Algaecide.
I've just labelled it properly.
Well. They just had to be honest about what it was. That's all. The product worked.
Yeah, no, it did, and it cleared up my tank within a day. Yeah, a day and a half at the most. It'd gone from like you say, it was almost like a bacteria bloom, but it's like brown. The water just looked brown. Everything looked it was awful. Threw this stuff in, and it cleared up overnight almost, and it's great. I had a dead fish. I've been quite lucky. So initially, when I first started the tank, I only put about 8 fish in the tank. A pair of clownfish was one of them. One of the dickheads decided to jump out. I have a net on the tank, and the only way they could get out is there's very small gaps where the RMS mounts on the back of the tanks for the XR15s. There's the smallest of gaps. I mean, where it used to attach to the tank, and the dickhead just jumped out. I came down one morning, he was just sat on the top of the net. And yeah, pain in the ass. We've mentioned about the inverter failing. That's more of a panic, what to do, how could I get one quickly, blah blah. And a heater, and again that was just down to, I run the titanium heaters. I now have 2, which is another just a backup thing, 'cause they're 2, like I think they're about 300 or 350 watt heaters. So
And
one
D ones, or
yeah, they're the titanium. Yeah, and I've had new. So since running it, I've probably had more heaters than I have wet size of MP40s. They seem to go about every. I try to change them every year. Just swap them. Just get rid of them. It's one of those things. It was when I was changing them and connecting them into the power bar for the for the Neptune thing. It was only then I actually realised one of them had stopped. It just stopped working.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Every Shego titanium heater and every Aquamedic titanium heater I have ever bought is still working. And 2 of those Shego 500 watts are now 10 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the DD ones do have a bad failure rate.
Yeah, they do. I have 2 spares. I actually keep 2 spares upstairs. So I do.
Yeah, I don't know if they fixed the issue. I mean, there was a definite issue when they first came out with them. Was it the 300 watt ones or 350? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's 350. Yeah, it's 300 or 350. I forget exactly what it is.
Got to watch that little line, though, don't you, Rob?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't put it in the water.
No.
Don't get it wet. Yeah, I don't know if they sorted the issue. I think they have. I think they've sorted it, but yeah.
When they work, they
I
work.
just like the Shago ones, made in the same factory.
Yep.
Yeah, and to be fair, I probably should change and just jump over to like the other titanium manufacturers like the Shago, because I just need one that's reliable, really. And as it stands, the LDD ones aren't.
Well, I think you've been unreasonable, Chris, to be honest. Pays your money, you want reliability.
No.
Which I'm wrong of it, mate.
So we've got a few things for the future here, and one of them is a tank.
Yeah, but it's not like
Not a massive
like I
upgrade.
said. No. For me, it's just it'd be nice to it'd be making the most of the space. Unless I knock down the chimney, we've had this before. Unless I knock down a chimney breast and had a 6 foot by, ideally I'd have a 6 foot by 3 foot by 2 foot, 6 foot wide, 3 foot front to back, 2 foot high. Anything over 2 foot, I don't think I could get. It'd just be annoying to get in.
Is it in use, your chimney breast? Have you got a fire or a boiler?
I was about to say, do you use it?
Yeah, no, we don't use it, but it would involve an RSJ, and it'd be like $5,000 worth of work. And
could you get a tank built round it?
Well, this is the thing. So, right, originally, one of my pictures, you had a tank. I had a tank either side.
I was going to say, if you had a big bulkhead and just passed the pipe through the middle, and the fish could swim through.
Yeah. But this is the only other option, and I quite like looking at these guys' tanks. I forget who they are. Aquarium Connections. They're the ones down in London who do the testing for Triton. I'd want to go like fully braced. It's got a double base. They have all the armoured seals. For me, it's more about the peace of mind. Red Sea is another manufacturer who has issues with tanks. We all know that. Mine at the moment is now been here for 2 years running. I suppose when it gets to maybe 3-4 years, I'll get a bit more twitchy. But realistically,
I've never heard a bad word said about Red Sea, Chris. What are you trying to say?
I love Red Sea. I love the hardware, the mechanical stuff, like the reef mats, the reef dose, the gyros, they're all fine. And the tank's been fine. The customer service just couldn't fault it. They swapped the tank
totally agree.
without question, sent it straight out, not a problem. I've not got
absolutely amazing.
Well, they do it so often, it's like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like second nature to them. Yeah. But this is what I've got. I've got the space I've got. This is the maximum. So 40 by 25 by 25. And it does give me an extra, it's about 150 litres. So it's quite, literage wise, I actually gained quite a bit. The tank, just the Reefer 300, I think it's 246 litres. And the new one would be like 394, so it's 148 more. Yeah.
That's a beautiful tank in the photo.
It is. And I like that they do a nice brace. It's all nice and curved. It's one cut. It's not all overlapped. They do these like I forget what the armor ceilings won't look that neat because they've got to run another. You run the thing down the middle of it, so it won't look as clean as that. But they run a double base as well for more secure there, I suppose.
I like those top one cut
braces.
Glass. Yeah, I like that. They're nice.
Yeah. The Straton will fit nicely over the top of it. I probably wouldn't even have a mesh because the brace is about, I forget, it's about 3 inches in. So anything was going to jump, Christ, if it jumped up over that, they all jump up the glass. So yeah.
If you lower the Straton, you could probably plug the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have it as the neck cover. Yeah.
Lid.
What I'd also want, I want to have an external,
yes.
I want to have an external weir, because at the moment it's kind of like dead space almost. I hate having the weir inside because I'd much rather the swim round the back of the rockwork. And because I have to have the MP40s on, the MP40s you have to leave about 4 inches anyway. Your external weir is going to be 4 inches, so it's just
you wouldn't have it on the back though, surely, would you?
Yeah, on the back. Yeah. I still have so I still have a weir, but it'd be an external.
How are you going to reach it?
I wouldn't. Once
I
it's
want
in,
to reach it.
once it's in, I wouldn't. Yeah, just plug
When
it
it
together.
gets dirty, you'll just buy a new one.
Well, no, because they're all I need. I don't clean my weir. I vacuum it out with my siphon once every 6 months, maybe.
Right. So you're going to have the one where you can pull off the internal box.
Yeah, because
bulkhead.
Is that like you had today in your video? You haven't.
Yes.
You say you just pull it all out, don't you? Yeah.
I do like it. Yeah. I don't think I'd run a tank any other way now. It's just very easy.
For me, because it's still a relatively small tank, I'd prefer to have the extra space in the tank and put it external, where I know I have to have the 4 inches at the back to accommodate the MP40s, I suppose.
Yeah, I was just thinking if it ever, because it's outside your tank and it's got bulkheads on it, sometimes
I know.
Get a bit weepy. So if you had it on the side, at least you might have some access to it. Probably wouldn't look too pretty though, would it?
Yeah, no. But yeah,
someone's DOS going.
No, that's something else I changed because of the old losing the Reef Factory thermal controller. I then changed from a Tunzi ATO to a Red Sea ATO, so I could have the additional temperature probe in the tank.
Is that what that noise is?
Huh?
Is that what that noise is?
That's the pump. Yeah, I know. It's not like the Tunzi was silent. It was great. The new Tunzi pump.
Yes, the new version.
The original Tunzi pump. Fucking hell, Christ!
The old one, yeah. It's like a fucking Panzer division turning up.
Yeah. But then I changed it to the new pump, which I've still got to be fair. I kept it because it's still relatively new. But the Red Sea one, because the Red Sea one's a round one, and in my ATO canister, it's fallen over, so it sits on its side, so it vibrates more. If I could stand it up, I need something to print me like a 3D print.
Round. What do you mean round?
The pump is round. The pump.
What?
It's actually like
a
cylinder.
It's like a cylinder.
Yeah, like a cylinder, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because every time I pull off the lid, it knocks
man, like a fucking ball was going. It's a weird shape.
Yeah, it's like a cylinder. Sorry, like a cylinder.
Okay.
Yeah. And it never stands up straight, so it always falls over. So it vibrates on the bottom. It goes off though about 3 times a day.
That was loud.
Yeah.
I was surprised how long it pumped for.
Yeah, well, that's something else I found as well, because with the Tunzi, it seemed to do smaller but more regularly. Whereas with the Red Sea, it does more but less amounts during the day, which pina colada swings around. Yeah, that's what I mean. It does for me. It still
you could say pina colada for things and roundabouts. Pina colada.
I've had a long day.
I'm going to start saying that.
I like that.
Pina colada.
I don't know. But yeah, but to be fair, I've had no problems with the Red Sea one. Again, it's another Red Sea device. Works perfectly fine. Has the leak detector as well. Does the thermal controller, or does the
one also counts how much RO you've added? Is it that?
Yep. So it tells on my. It wasn't actually on my screenshot there, but it'll give you a breakdown of how much you do a day. So if you were doing calquas, or I was doing,
that's quite a handy little thing.
It tell you how much evaporation you're doing for the different seasons, when it's nice and dry and cold, or when it's all hot and humid. You're doing it. Yeah, so that would help. But again, it's just all based on the Red Sea app. It's nice and easy to access, nice and easy to use. And it just makes a bit of noise when it pumps the water in, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's probably because it's fallen over, though, is it? You said
That is literally, because it's a cylinder pump, not a round pump. It's just fallen over and it just vibrates on the bottom of the. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's
that's
what
the
you want.
stand.
That's what it's.
Yes.
Reefato.
Oh, there you go. So that's what I need to invest in. I just need to have a little stand to stand up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And yeah, so I think I already mentioned it. So obviously I run the Trident at the moment. I seem to have gone in full in Apex with the power bar. I also have an auto feeder of Apex, although I don't quite know how I'm going to mount that, because I used to mount it on my RMS mounts with my blades, whereas I can't now attach a auto feeder to my Triton.
No, see, what shit like.
Yeah, so that could be interesting when I next go away on how I'm going to get some pellets into the tank every so often. Yeah.
Why can't you just sit it on top of your Stratton?
Well, I could do. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, well, maybe we'll give it a go.
The beautiful aesthetics of that light, and you just stuck a feeder on the top of it.
Yeah, maybe I'll get the missus to throw.
Yeah, but you're not there at the time. You don't have to look at it. Filth.
I think of mine as like a reefing shelf when I'm doing stuff in the tank.
Yeah.
Get all your dosing containers on there.
Yeah.
But salad, just as you're just.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where I normally put my deionized water.
No, you do not.
Yeah.
But for me, the next bit of kit will be probably an MP. And that's purely, again, it's just when I go away, I like to keep an eye on a tank. Like you look now, you look at calcium. It's not necessarily for the nitrates, it's more the phosphate. My phosphate can literally jump from 0.06 to 0.16 over the course of a day and a half. I don't know why, it just does. And yeah, I literally, I probably should have taken screenshots. I test my phosphate on my Hannah daily at the moment.
What do you feed?
Out
of interest.
Well, is it on there? That's what I started to do as well. Temperature. I started doing what you're doing, Ron. I've extended the range. So I've only got it at the moment to 24.5 to 25.5. But I'm going to go, next I'm going to go 24.5 to 26. And eventually I'll go 24 to 26.
There's quite a few people have followed me on this, but
yeah, it's I actually, there's other reason I like it, because I used to notice when the power bar actually makes a clicking noise every time the heaters come on. You actually notice it. You can sit on the sofa and you notice it, and it's doing it quite regularly. So I think, well, if I can extend it, it just means it clicks like half the amount of time. So extending it lifetime, double the amount, sort of thing. And if I can get it to do it less, and if it doesn't mind swinging from like 24.5 to 25.5 to 26, why not? It's fine. During the hot, when it gets up to 30 degrees here in the UK, my tank gets to about 26.5, I suppose, maybe at the most. I think during the summer so far, it's not really exceeded that. So if it comes down to 24.5, it doesn't seem to affect it, and they seem quite happy to. But these are my parameters here. So you can see at the moment, because since pulling out all that coral, my alkalinity has gone slightly higher. Normally it'd be running more about 7.5 to 8, but it's now more like 8.5 to 9. You'll notice on my Trident, it's always about 0.5 lower, or it's about 0.5 lower than what the actual reading is. So it is slightly out of sync than the Hannahs, but then is the Hannah right? Is the Trident right? I don't know. As long as I roughly know where it is.
Enough.
Yeah. Calcium, fairly standard, 400 to 410. Magnesium, 420. 35 ppt. Phosphate, like I was saying, mine generally sits about 1.1 to 0.15. I did let it go au natural and pulled out the phosphate remover and the reactor, because I just had enough of it sitting in the sump and having to strain like phosphate remover to get rid of the dust and crap. But I did get up to like 0.3 at some point. But to be fair, nothing was wrong with all the corals were still fine. There was nothing wrong. The colour stayed the same, so it's all good.
Hannah checker photo. Actually, if you're a reaper, you know how difficult that must have been to have arranged.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can tell, so that tank is when I very first set up, because it's on the other side of my wall. And
in the window side. Yeah.
Because my phosphate, unless it's bottoming out, because I've just not done something, it never really gets to 0.03.
Oh no, I mean getting 3.
I mean getting all, all the readings.
All the same time.
Yeah.
Off.
I
That's
set the
impressive.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was-
out of all the stuff I've seen tonight, that's the most
Yeah.
Is that
impressive thing.
impressive the most? Yeah. That's all we like to hear. But yeah, pH mine it's quite nice now because, like I said, with the new light, the pH seems to have bumped up just with the more light going to tank expo, photosynthesis, blah blah blah. So it now sits at more like 8.17 is the low, with 8.37 being the high. That does change though. Funny things like just me cleaning the skimmer that can help boost it. I do run like a little media reactor for removing
Water change, knock it down.
Slightly on a Saturday when I do a water change, it maybe drops, but then it comes back up again. So by the end of the day, it's back up to 0.87. It's funny because I was looking a minute ago, having the extra hour and a bit with the light on, it's actually at about 8.42. So it's actually got up even. Yeah, because I've just had that extra 8.43. So they're probably thinking shit. Yeah. But yeah. But no, for me, it's just nice to have the visibility of it. Like when I'm away, I can tell the missus, and somebody else pointed this out, because my NIOS media reactor is actually plugged into the bar. So if I notice one morning I woke up, the MP had said your phosphate's bottomed out, I'll just switch the reactor off, and hopefully by the end of the day, you'll see it come in. If I've got an auto feeder, I can then tell it to feed it to help bring the phosphate back up, so I don't bottom out and don't have to struggle with some funky algae and shit.
Yeah, it gives you that option. What do you feed? Your pellet feeder, are you? Or?
No. So yeah, there was a slide, but he's obviously taken it out. I was quite detailed, you see. I was quite organised, unlike his tank tour, which is just frenzy.
Anyway, let's stick that knife in and twist it.
I was going to say shots fired.
I sat there watching it on Saturday, and it was very good. It was very fun. But back to food, I do in the morning. I get up and about 10 o'clock. I do a sheet of, well, not a sheet, a full sheet of nori. It's like about a third of a sheet, depending on where the phosphate's sitting. I'll do that every day or every other day. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they'll get some pellets. I forget what the brand is, but again, it was on a slide. But I have a sprinkling of those. All the fish seem to enjoy those, which is good. And then in the evening, 5, 6 o'clock, they get 2 cubes of frozen stuff. And that's about it, really.
Doesn't sound. I mean, phosphate jumping that much in a day. Just,
yeah, look, I could.
A lot.
Hang on, let me just. So,
While you're doing that, Chris, I'll just highlight. Alyssa did point out that Neptune have redone the packaging now on their reagents, and it comes with calibration solution again.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I seem to remember. Yeah, so on Saturday, my phosphate was sitting at 0.15. Monday, it dropped to 0.06. Tuesday, it jumped back up to 0.12. And today, was it Wednesday? Yeah, 0.13. So that's fairly stable. But then like last week, it dropped down to 0.12, 0.16. Yeah, it's there or thereabouts. When you look at
and what is it you're using to control it?
I use the NIOS. I don't use the what's the other stuff? I don't use Roa because that was just filth. It's just filth. Yeah, I used to hate
Fozzie X
from NIOS. You can sometimes get away with just throwing straight into reactor.
Is that aluminium based one or is that still a resin one? I can't remember.
Yeah, I pass. Wrong question, wrong person.
I think Fozzie X is resin, isn't it?
Is it the clean?
I think so. Yeah,
it's definitely cleaner.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It's much bigger pieces.
Yeah, and it does slower. It doesn't just with the other stuff. You could put it in and it just strip it out and be down to 0. Whereas the Fozzie X stuff, it comes down a lot slower and a lot easier for me, more manageable.
Is that Emma saying "fuck you" to herself, or
what's she saying?
That's what her PO4 is saying.
Yes.
It's for no.
Yes, the phosphates are abusing her.
Just fuck you. That's all. Yeah. Yeah.
Weird.
But as long, I'd actually prefer it to be higher rather than lower, especially when I'm away.
Yeah, I'd never want to bottom
100%.
No,
yes.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's where I'd much rather carry on
you
feeding and be able to
go sideways quicker when it's proper low than you do when it's higher.
Yeah. I tested mine before the tank tour on Saturday, and it was 0.4.
Wow.
And if it looks
0.4. 0.4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was like, oh, crap.
It's weird though, isn't it? Because I bet you didn't look at your tank and go, something's off.
No,
Can you hear that now?
the only thing in my tank that's not looking great is that gonny, but that's just gonnies, isn't it?
Yes.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Do you know what that is?
It's got to be your Trident.
That's my fucking Trident, yeah.
Yeah.
It drives
Yeah.
my missus nuts.
They're quite clunky, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping the MP doesn't make that noise as well. I
think they've managed to make it just a bit louder.
Yes.
if possible.
Yeah.
But that's something else.
Reminder, I'm testing. That's all it's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right, because it does it. It's only so this time it doesn't bother, but it does it at the weekend. It annoys me more. She has to listen to it twice a day.
I was going to say why, because normally the schedule's at midnight, 6. You
I
changed it a bit.
changed it because at
Right.
6 o'clock we're both here, whereas now at 10 o'clock she's gone to bed, and so she doesn't have to listen to it. It does it like at 10 o'clock in the morning, then like at 4 o'clock at night or something. 4 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
then once during the day. Yeah. So in theory, she has to endure it once a day.
Right.
Endure.
Endure.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
Did we have the videos?
Yeah, so I wasn't
them?
going to show any more slides, but I was
No.
going to share the 3 videos.
You've had death by PowerPoint.
It looks
It's
phenomenal.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah, that's good.
this is the blues on the Triton, which I actually prefer a lot. They're a lot better than what I could get out of the XR15s. But yeah, my tank definitely gone more acro dominant, I suppose. I still
That
got
gonny.
yeah. So you can see my pink gonny there. That's done really well.
Yeah.
It's funny because the Albiapora now, that one in the middle, that's it. As the lights go blue, it all seems to just naturally close up. Yeah, the Scully has come a long way. So that's the one I had as a frag, and that's doing really, really well. I reckon come February, March, it'll be a full grown Scully by then. You can see my Hawkins there, which is sort of taking over.
Yeah.
What is it? The Pikachu there as well. Barley Slimer. Everybody says Barley Slimer is the easiest thing to keep, but I seem to find it the most slowest growing thing going. Even my jelly bean chalice grows quicker than my barley.
It might not be the Bally Green Slimer. There's a lot of Bally Green Slimer in the UK that's not Bally Green Slimer.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, the PC Rainbow does really well now. My yellow Millie's doing really well. My sort of what is it? My the one I used to have problems with was the strawberry shortcake. That's my yellow Millie. You can see there at the top.
Yeah, that looks stunning.
See there, that was my pink lemonade, the little yellow bit there. But that actually started to STN during the summer. At the beginning of summer, it just literally just STN. So I cut a little nibbit off, and you can see where I've just stuck it back on, and you see where it's all died off underneath it.
Yeah.
But that is now encrusted onto the putty again. So hopefully, eventually, over time, it'll grow over the rest. I used to have clams on the sand bed, but you can see them there. So there's the blue one there, and then the other. Oh, there's my PC Rainbow. There's my
Maximus, those clams.
Huh?
Maximus.
I think so. Yeah, they're from AAC, which I think is what they mainly have it.
Is that what you're calling Bally Green Slimer in the middle of the frame there?
Yeah, see that one there,
Oh.
just there. Yeah, that one there.
Yeah.
I got it from Signature Frag. Lots of my calls are from Signature Frags. But it's
Yeah, that looks to me like Abril Hosensis rather than the genuine Bally Green Slimer.
yeah.
So like the hairy version.
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Shag, it's got shag. It's just, shaggy as you get. Polyps galore. It's
And has it got
always
a slightly
always shaggy.
Purpley pink growth axial tip.
No, I'd say it's like it all looks green. There's so many polyps over it. It just looks green.
Yeah, I've got exactly the same. So just like a really hairy barley green Slimer.
Yeah.
There's no pinky it's just green.
But there you see. So if you see on the far right, there's a little bit of pink, and that's my just there. Stop. Just there, it's pink most of it, but around the edge of it, you can see it's white, and that's actually a millie, pink millie. I stuck it when I put it in. I stuck it on the side rather than upwards because something I read somewhere or listened to someone, I think it's called about mounting corals on the side. Sometimes they get better growth, but because it's got all this Hawkins around it, I think that's just restricting the flow, and because the flow comes from the right across, so it's blocking a lot of the flow from like the gyra. It does the MP40s on the back.
That Hawkins is stunning as well.
If you're ever fragging that, I would take a bit of the Hawkins. I've never had good luck with Hawkins.
Yeah, but I seem to have had good luck with it and never had any problems with it. I know Matt's had some off me, I think. To be fair, it's due a cut, and I said Matt, I think Matt said he wanted a bit, but we'll see.
Yeah.
If I end up,
fuck Matt, I'll get a bit instead.
If I end up at up north for the coral show in Coventry, I'll bring some then.
Yeah. That's not north for you, Ron. That's south.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm like north. Oh.
I'll bring some up to Glasgow next week for you. I'll stick it in a flask and bring it on the plane. Fuck you, Ron. Yeah.
So there's one more video here as well.
There you go. So this is more natural light, I suppose, and this is more front on.
It's absolutely beautiful.
That does look really nice.
Actually, I think this is still under the Radians, to be fair. But that's another thing with it's a very cosmic. But with the Radians, I could never take a top-down video because the pucks just used to get in the way. Whereas the individual LEDs on the Stratum, because they're spread out, it makes it so much easier to actually get the pictures in without having a big puck in the way, sort of thing.
When I take photos on my frag tank of corals now, I actually have to put my hand over where the Radians are to stop the reflection in the water so I can take the photo.
Yeah. My hammers are getting big as well, which is a problem. I think when I had Matt, I was asking, I think I had about 36 or 46 heads under there, the gold hammer. It's it's been in there for like the 4 years. It's one of my original corals from Prestige Reef, I think. Yes, that's why I used to buy them. All the LPS was from more like Prestige, and it just went bonkers. There's that TNT at the back there, and that's grown a lot since then.
Yeah.
Triton. The green stuff in front of it, I don't know where that came from. It just started appearing and growing one day. I can't stop it now. And it's more like Digi, which I need to, then that part of the rockscape there is the bit I'm going to pull out and put a bit of rock against the back glass to then have a bigger archway.
Okay.
And because then it's the acros will sit more flatter, they'll sit higher as well, and they'll get better flow. That's something I noticed. Removing the other side for a few days afterwards, there's so much more shit being churned up because the flow could get around the back of the tank so much better, rather than having low arches. Opening up the arches just seemed to allow so much more flow to go through it.
Yeah. God, don't say that, Dan. He'll be keeping hold of them.
He's around on Saturday. I think he's coming to collect them. They're all nicely boxed up. I'm actually using one of the boxes to balance the iPad on now, to be fair.
Well, if he wants any Digi or some other stuff, I've got a load here he can call in on his way home.
Is that the Digi you got from Matt then?
Yeah, which came from you, I believe.
From mine, yeah. Yeah, because there's the other greeny bluey stag as well, which I took a big chunk out of. That is growing and looks stunning in here. Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
That's one. So when I changed the light over the Straton, I lost I came down one morning and one of my frags of that coral had just started up to STN, and it's just that one coral. I don't know why. Luckily, I've got another bit. But where I ripped that bit off the original part and stuck my yellow millie, where there was still a little bit of the skin attached to the rockwork, it's now sprouting out little nubs everywhere. Fucking hell, I can't get rid of it. But that was my very first acro. And I got that from Sean. He used to own a shop, Sean the Acro Man.
Yeah, Acro Man. Yeah.
Acro Man. Yeah, and he's the one who started me on acros. I used to go down to Southampton a lot, and his shop was in Poole or just down the road from Southampton, Portsmouth. So I used to go down and see him there.
Very nice. Well,
any questions?
I don't have any more. I think you have a stunning tank.
That's nice.
And I've been the beneficiary indirectly of quite a few of your corals, so thank you.
You got Space Invader as well, didn't you? The Space Invader.
Yes.
That was what I pulled. and that was like the size of like a dinner plate almost. That was massive. And I know Matt's still got a massive chunk in his tank. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you can certainly grow coral, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully the Triton will pick up with the XR15s left off and do a better job and crack on with some more of the high-end acros anyway and get a bit more going out of them, hopefully.
I was amazed at the change in growth rate from going to the Triton.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, like 6 months growth in 2 months.
It's not just the growth, though; it's the structure of the growth. I think I said this on the Reefers Network a couple of weeks ago. It's when I looked at my corals, they just looked like corals you see on Instagram and websites, whereas the corals in my Reefer now look like top-down photos of corals from the Corals of the World book in the ocean.
Yeah, I'm hoping the best spread as well. So I have a bit of Pikachu, which it probably should sit higher in my tank. It sits more like mid-range, and you can see the under part of the coral. You can see where the yellow sort of starts to go white, and I'm hoping with the better spread of the Straton, it'll help get some more light underneath there somehow and bounce it off the sand and whatever it does to help colour that up as well. But yeah, no, it's all good. No issues, just ticking along quite nicely, learning as we go along. Yeah. Stress-free.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. No one's buying that shit.
Liar.
That's what I'm moving away from ecotech stuff. It's less stressful now. Oh,
thank you very much for coming on, and thanks Rob and Ron for coming and helping out while Harry goes and has one of his scuba dives. So hopefully he's had a great evening as well.
Has he been in the pool doing it?
Yeah, it's a pool dive this time. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.